Oh, I see what you're doing.
I don't know what you mean.
I see what you're doing.
I don't know
You're
what you mean.
such a...
I don't... Wait. I'm sorry, I don't...
Fucking hell.
What's the controls again?
Oh, wait, stop. Stop. That's the car I had before. That's, oh, your door fell off.
What have you done?
Just opened the door that fell off.
Mate, we just need to take a picture of the ghost so you can go in. Don't use it.
Get the rocket launcher out.
You can go to the
Watch
rocket
out.
launcher.
Oh, watch out. Mo man, you walked in the way. Bobby, are you there?
Yes.
You can hear me, Bobby.
Yes.
How can you hear me, Bobby?
Bobby hears everything.
No, Jamie, no. You're not dying. You're not dying. Yes! Jamie, hit her! Fucking hell. Neighbours, man. Oh my god, I hope the neighbours didn't hear that. Oh! That's one way to do it. He called him bum! He can build as much as he wants. I don't know what it's gonna do. I don't think it's really gonna do that much, to be honest. Look how tiny the wee circle is in the corner. Oh, he fell. Cool structure, bro. You died. Oh fuck, that changed into something massive. I'm not getting away with this at all, man. No way, how's he not seen me? How did he not see me? I was giant.
Up off the street, for example, and he had not been possibly in the, in the process of selling methamphetamines as we are alleged here today, and he had missed.
Didn't mean that.
I don't.
Alright, let's fucking go. Oh no! Oh my god!
Tremendo asadino, dale ese comentario.
Oh!
Tremendo asadino.
Drummond! Move, Drummond!
Oh, not like this. Not like this. Alright, let's go.
She's coming. Oh, she got you.
Man's van on fire.
Oh my goodness.
I had given a statement to the police that he had a GTARP and then he set fire to that man's van. I was shocked.
Oh my goodness.
However, the man in the blue then decided to try and kill both of these gentlemen with a baseball bat.
Hey, you don't even know my name, so don't even accuse me. You don't even know who I am.
What's his name, Tam?
Also,
Fucking hell.
me out of this car. Please, move this. Not the strand van. Not the fucking strand van.
Oh. Fucking hell. I jumped out my fucking skin. What have you dropped?
The bloody flashlight. The top next to the door.
Don't know where it is.
Oh my god, it's like going to take him off the flashlight. If that was that.
He bumped your flashlight.
Did you take
wait,
my
wait, wait.
flashlight? William, did you take my flashlight?
There's a guy in there. Only got 5 bullets. Do I go for it, man? Through the window.
You know what? Even though the comedy probably didn't go as well as you would fucking hoped, despite pressuring me with no.
I think it
heads
went
up,
fantastic.
I think the fucking rap went.
How's it going?
Right, I need to go to fucking hospital now.
Good evening. Hello, folks. Good evening. I'm back. Hello, Moman. I'm back. Let me just sort something out. I tell you what, Moman, I got a few sales today. I'm not too bad. I'm not too bad. I got a few sales today. In fact, I did. Before we begin. In fact, fuck it. See if anybody wants to buy any piece of merchandise that I have just started selling as of today. Visit this. Let me show you what we've got. Look at all this. Look at all this stuff we've got. We've got Nessie. We've got the donkey. We've got Mr. Kentucky. We got Davy Trout and Stevie License picture that I drew. What's that? You want Johnny Kentucky on a wee pillow? You can get that if you want.
Say boing, boing, boing.
Haggis, thank you. Thank you very much. What's that? You want a little Rwandan donkey on a hoodie? You can get that too. You want a wee picture, a wee wee sticker of Davy Trout and Stevie License hugging? You have one of them. Why is it called a Rwandan donkey? Because when we drew it, it had a striking resemblance to the Rwandan flag. I paid these models £300 to model my t-shirts, so I need to make the money back for that. Had to pay a lot of money in modelling fees. Right. What's that? You want Johnny Kentucky on an iPhone case? Well, there you go. I think I've got the Rwandan donkey. What's that? You want the little crab icon from the Davy Trout Stevie License picture on a hat? You want it on a mug? You want a sticker of JG? You can get a lot, man. You want JG on a phone case? You can get a lot, man. What's that? You want a coaster with JG's face on it? There's more I want to add, by the way. I was advised to take down the cube because ITV will come after me. ITV will come after me. What's that? A lunchbox with Nessie on it holding a steak pie. Where's the donkey picture? Aye, there, because it's got the I drew the sun. You know what this was meant to be? This was meant to be no, the whole state of Kentucky will come after me. This was meant to be the grass in the foreground. This was meant to be the grass at the back. And then this was meant to be the sky. And then I drew the sun. Remember? And then when I looked up the Rwandan flag, I think I said that must be a flag. That looks like a flag of some sort. I think it was before I put the sun in. I was like, that looks like a flag. Like blue, yellow, and green. And then the Rwandan flag is that with a little circle there. So I was like, oh, let's add in the sun. Let's add the sun while I'm at it. Anyway, what's that? You want to be JG? Are we JG on a hat? You want to be JG on a hoodie? Anyway, that's me done my bit. That's me done my bit. I've spent about a week trying to get everything sorted. So, there we go. I'm going to add more to it. I've got more that I want to add. But for now, that'll do. Anyway, let's get into the game. Just saying. Just saying. Right, Johnny Kentucky's back. I'll wait for you to see this. Johnny tonight. I will do Johnny Kentucky. You know what's really annoying? I logged on earlier and he doesn't have his hat. So Johnny Kentucky's not been about for a long, long time, has he? He's not been about for a while, so I'm trying to think of an excuse to explain his absence. Where he's been. I want to try... I was on earlier, and I made an outfit called Hat. I made it... And I know this is definitely... I'm definitely wearing a hat in this. But when I select it... I can't get the hat on. I have to... Every time I log on, I have to go and buy a hat. Even though the outfit... I saved it with him wearing a hat. And I can go into... No, it's not because I'm indoors. I can go to... General Clothing... Reset, which should put my hat on, but it doesn't do it. Strange. So the first thing I need to do is go get my hat back. I think. I mean, I'll try again, but... General... Oh! Clothing. Reset. Doesn't work. Wahari.
Hi.
I've tried it. I've tried it. Let me get my car out. Where did I get my car? Retrieve vehicle. There it is. This is a nice looking car. I'm just gonna go put a hat on. We'll just go put a wee hat on. See who's in. Joanna. Johnny 5. I'm gonna pretend that I've been away for so long because I've been mourning Daisy Law's death. Because that was the last time I really played. On stream anyway. As Johnny Kentucky. I think I went on one other night to like do some trucking to make money. Just to grind away it. Oh my god, that was cool. I went on one night just to grind away at the trucking to make some money. But I didn't stream it. We'll put my hat on, we'll phone Joanna, or Johnny 5. Accessories. See, it looks like, because when I went in here, it was already set to 30 for hat. Hat number 30 was selected, but it wasn't showing. But now it is showing. Strange. I've saved this as an outfit and it doesn't work. Let's phone Joanna. I think it must be bugged.
Hello, it's Miss Tennessee.
Well, howdy, Miss Tennessee. It's Johnny Kentucky.
Oh my god, I thought you were dead.
Oh no, Miss Tennessee. I'm here. I'm here. I've just been out of town for a wee bit.
Oh, what you been doing?
Oh, I've been real sad, Joanna.
Why you been sad?
I've been real sad about Daisy Law dying. I had to go back to
Was it a
Kentucky.
police officer?
Yes, ma'am. She was real nice. I don't care about that Mick Law. I'm glad he died, if I'm being honest.
Heard he got a smelly bum bum.
Oh, he got real smelly bum bum.
So where you at now, Mr. Kentucky? We down at the Kitty Cat Cafe.
Oh, I'll head down there just now, Miss Tennessee.
I'm looking forward to seeing you.
All right.
Bye.
Now we'll go to the cat cafe, I guess. You couldn't do the accents all night. It's hard. It's actually pretty exhausting, to be honest. It is pretty exhausting. It's quite mentally exhausting. But it's funny. It's quite funny. It's quite nice when I was on as JJ for one night and I didn't have to worry about any accent. Where am I going? I didn't have to worry about any accent, I could just talk normally. Hello, cat. You thought the other night one of the taxis one was good. That was good, yeah. I was gonna go on as JJ tonight, but I've not been on as Mr. Kentucky for so long. I thought it might be a good idea to do that. So he's not forgotten about. I was on earlier, and I think I went and bought like fucking loads of. I say loads of food. I've only got one sandwich left. I think I bought 5 earlier, 5 or 6.
But I do like that, and now I'm thinking, damn, I wanted that color. Damn.
Oh, howdy, Joanna.
Oh, hello, Mr. Kentucky.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm good. You remember Molly and Mr. Five, don't you?
Oh, Johnny 5, is that you, Johnny?
Yes, it is.
You
Don't
look-
question it any further. Let's just leave it there.
All right. You look kind of different, Johnny. What's happened to you?
Okay, so he just kept going after I said leave it there.
Wow, Johnny, I'm too.
You
I'm a,
asshole.
oh shit, yeah, you ain't never had no hair before.
I know I put a toupee on. I was getting a bit sensitive to all the comments about my bald head.
I thought they had stopped.
I like your bald head.
I don't like the toupee.
Why? I can't win with you people.
I like the bald head.
Okay, give me a second.
You're going to do the thing with the paste with the bald head.
No, the pace is for home time. Don't you fucking tell them.
I'm not going to tell them nothing. Anyway, Mr. Kentucky, are you no longer sad?
I can't get
Oh,
rid
I'm
of it.
alright. I'm getting better.
You getting better?
Yeah, I need my Johnnies to cheer me up, though.
Oh, you want to do something naughty tonight?
Oh,
you gonna
that
have
sounds
me
pretty
buy
good.
Oh, you gotta do, you got a little, initiation.
I got
well,
that.
no.
Oh.
I think, Mr. Five, did he not do it?
What have I done? I don't know.
I don't
Amber?
think you did it. No, I don't think so. He's not on the list, so I don't think so.
Okay, you
You
gotta
trying
do
to tell me I ain't a Johnny?
No, you wanna be, part of Five Ball?
Alright. Yeah, I'll be part of 5 ball.
Okay, you gotta do a little initiation. We can't do it
All
right
right.
now.
I
You have
mean,
to wait.
Miss Molly, where'd all the fucking police go?
Don't know.
I think that surely we can do it. I think we give it a go. Let me go check a store.
Okay.
Just walk right past me. Hi, you.
Sorry.
There's definitely one in the city because I have him in my phone book. Oh, he's just ignoring me. You got, did you get my little email, Mr. Kentucky?
Oh, I don't know if I did, Joanna.
It was in our little,
I'm gonna have to have a look now.
Okay, if you look on the, little emails.
Alright, hold on.
Yeah, there's definitely one in the city, I'm sure, because I can see it in my phone book that he's on.
We've got
I had walked past you because I was really, really hungry.
we've got
Did you just walk by
a
his own
in
wife?
character Discord
Because I'm
Oh
hungry.
my god.
server for the
This
Johnnies
woman's
where we could
I thought,
exchange
like, your
in character
relationship was meant, like,
emails.
stronger, more loving when you get married. It's just like you just walk it by each other, like, fuck you,
Oh.
I'm gonna go eat.
Oh, not very much. You got a drink too?
Oh, I see. Okay.
Oh, that's nice. She provides for you.
It is nice. Thank you.
Say what again?
Say what again?
You were talking to some dick.
Oh.
I know, I can see you.
Oh, what has happened?
I was saying,
Right.
in my phone book, I can see that there's a police officer in town. The chief police officer.
Got a chief's number.
Howdy.
Okay. Oh, hello, Mr. Kentucky.
Or on your radio frequency.
I gave the chief my number by accident.
Oh no.
I've done that before as well, and he went, "Oh, thank you."
Oh no.
I've forgotten like
We're never
everyone's
getting away
name.
from him now.
Aye.
That's how it started with Mill and Huxley, and look at them now.
What?
Saying you accidentally give your numbers to police officers.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I didn't accidentally give my number to Huxley, to be fair. I did ask specifically for his.
Oh, did you? You just,
Yeah,
Were you the one that instigated the whole thing?
I did. But
Oh,
it was
Mel.
it was an accident that we started going out, to be honest. Basically, what had happened was
How does
we
that
were
happen?
up at the bank. I was talking to Scott at this point, and we were up at the bank one night, and Hux saved me from a crazy local. And then me and Hux, like Hux picked me up from somewhere, and he was going to take me back to Alta Street, but then he wanted to show me something, and then we ended
Oh,
up
man.
driving around we ended up driving around for like 3 hours till like 4 in the morning.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And it was a really nice night. And then from then we were kind of just texting back and forth. And then wham bam, before you know it, yeah.
Wham bang.
Exactly.
Wham bam.
The boys balls deep.
Wham bam, thank you, man.
Exactly, yeah. Balls deep's definitely
Hello, Sean.
appropriate.
Oh my god, man.
He shoved them in there too. Fucking hell.
Mel, you my kind of woman.
Mm-hmm.
Hiya, Numa.
Oh, my
sorry.
goodness.
Oh my god, he can't walk past people, let alone drive.
It's like, Johanna, never have I ever been, well, had someone balls deep. Drink.
That was
Who is that
Max.
little blue-haired man? Is that one of the taxi people?
I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't like the look of him now.
I think he was the one that charged me $66 to get
It
on
was.
Mr.
$66.
Oh.
Just to
was
get
him.
Mr. Fivem to the hospital.
Hey, he wouldn't even take him into the hospital until he got paid his fare.
He didn't tell you about our.
Are you kidding?
Jessica Page.
No.
No.
More the shop attempt.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ, put it
Do
away.
you remember, you know how through the back, through the archway, do you remember if those little cats on the
No.
pillows are, oh my god, the
Someone tell
hair's
him.
back.
Please, somebody tell him, please. Tell him to
I
hang
already
up,
told
please.
him.
Who the fuck is this?
Oh, it's Johnny Five.
Johnny,
He's
Johnny,
got some
why
hair
have you
now.
got the toupee on?
What is that in your head?
Johnny, you've got the toupee on.
Oh, leave him alone. He looks fine.
He does
Hey,
look
didn't
fine.
Numa.
He looks better without it though.
Has anybody got something to hit him over
Oh,
the head
Numa,
with?
we're all doing accents.
By the way, the blue-haired man is.
Oh, a
called-
hammer.
Come on, him.
Oh, a hammer. Oh. And the blue-haired man is it's not Max. Travis. His name is.
Okay.
Travis?
I don't
No,
know.
the
No,
one
that
that was
wasn't
just here.
Travis.
The one that was just here, Terry.
French
oh,
accent.
no, that's Max.
You just told
Max
us it wasn't
Edru.
Max.
What's his name? Travis or Max?
I don't know.
Yeah,
You
there's
both
two
sound
that are
like
probably in there, but
dumbasses
the
to
one-
me. I don't like no Max, no Travis.
Looks more like Ninja to me.
More like travesty, am I right?
You know, that
yes,
was
that's
Max.
rather funny, yes.
Oh.
Are y'all
Travesty.
planning on going to the block party next week?
The what party? Ball
Block.
party?
Block
Oh, the-
party, like as in
Yeah, I'll
on
come.
the street. Yes.
Oh, I like a party.
What's a block party?
It's just a street,
street
party.
party?
It's that band that does that song Helicopter.
Have you got music and stuff?
We're hoping to get some music there.
Yes.
That is our hope.
Mm-hmm.
Music, alcohol, I mean, in this city, what could go wrong?
Exactly.
You got
Well,
guns?
We could
Got firearms?
take some maybe food and stuff as well, or burger shot. You could set up with burger shot as well. They can do a wee stall.
Ooh, I'll have to get in contact with Sid about that. I don't think I have
What
his
about the kitty
number.
pizzas?
Yeah, I'll take some kitty pizzas and boba teas and stuff. And sake. Oh my god, we can
No,
take
no,
loads
we're
of
all.
sake.
I'm
Or
cringing.
you can get,
Everyone,
oh my god, you
everyone
can get Doug there with
cringes
alcohol.
when they do accents.
With
Don't
the
worry
yellow
about
chick.
it.
Got booze.
We could do like a
We're all in the same
three-way
boat.
business thing.
I mean, hell yeah, if y'all wanna
Wow.
come supply the people at the party, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
What, Doug?
Three-way business action.
Aye.
Well then, just spread the word to Sid, and hopefully he'll be able to be
So
there.
what street's the party on? Where are we
It's
heading?
called Nicola Place. I
Oh.
think it's postal code 73. Oh no, yeah, 7340.
7340.
Oh yeah, it's up at Mirror Park area.
Yes.
Oops, didn't know.
Mirror Drive. Aye.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Yeah, Nicola's place. No, yeah.
Who's that?
Oh,
I don't know.
oh, it's up here.
Who's that?
That's a fancy house up there.
He's got a black mask on. I thought it was the police. I was going to get this tag taken off, but it's not.
I think that's where Dolores lived back in Great City.
Right over there.
Up at
behind
that bit.
hedge.
Oh.
Was he?
Yeah, he was in a car, just randomly behind the hedge over there.
Of course, Dick goes over.
Yeah.
Is he still there?
So yeah, you've got your block party, and then we are going to be doing an event like at one of the record studios.
Oh.
What event you gonna be doing?
An open mic night. Anybody can do anything they want on the stage.
Oh my God! I'm gonna sing a song.
Yes, you absolutely can.
I bet Scarlet.
Oh, Johnny, I know you can sing.
Love to do that.
I've been told I got the voice like an angel.
You got a voice of a true patriot, that's for sure, Johnny.
So you can get up, you can sing, you can do jokes, you can do slam poetry, you can dance if you want. I don't care what you do, as long as we get up, have a good night, have a laugh.
Why don't we just do that now?
I mean, we're going to play Never Have I Ever.
That sounds a lot more dangerous than the open mic night.
And as long as you play Stevie Nicks, and that's all that matters.
Well, me, Marley, and Cypress are going to sing Timber.
Oh, that'll be
Oh
good.
yeah.
Oh wow, that'll be good.
It's going down.
I'm yelling Timber.
Timber. I'll join in too. I'll just shout Timber. You better dance.
Ooh, woo, woo, woo.
That's what we're
Love
going to
it.
do.
Yes.
Love it. Love it.
We're all going to take like one line each, so we need to practice later at some point.
One line each.
Oh,
I'm sure Johnny can help us out with that.
And you can do Stevie
No.
Nicks.
I can help you with that.
Yeah.
Yes.
To make it easier, we can just go like who's number 1, who's number 2, who's number 3, and
Yes.
just like cycle through it.
Mm-hmm.
And Granny Maggie do Stevie Nicks then.
Mr.
Yeah.
Tennessee, you want to do Rihanna and Eminem?
Huh?
You want to do what?
Rihanna,
Do
Eminem.
Rihanna and Eminem.
Yeah, maybe she
Okay,
takes
if
the
you
wig
want.
off.
Oh, that would be beautiful.
What one?
My Eminem and you Rihanna?
I'll be Rihanna, yeah.
Okay, okay.
I think I can hit the high notes better than you.
I think you could.
I've seen you
Voice of
tap
an
them in
angel.
before.
You just need to do the rap bits.
Oh, I can rap for shit.
Oh, you can rap.
I am Eminem. I
I
am.
was going to do a Nicki Minaj one, but if I'm doing Timber, then I'll just do Timber.
I'll do Nicki Minaj.
Round the outside.
Mhm.
Round the outside.
Terrible as Nicki Minaj.
I almost paid $280 to go and see Nicki Minaj so that I could get close enough to lick her face.
280. What?
Is there a specific seat
And how
for
were you going to
licking?
lick her face?
I was just gonna fucking jump on the stage and attempt it. I won't lie.
Do you fancy Nicki
I
Minaj?
fucking love her. I fucking love her.
Would you leave Huxley for her?
Absolutely.
I would leave on Mr. Five for
I
Katy
would
Perry.
let her face go anywhere it wanted me.
Hang on, didn't you recently leave Mr. Five? Are you two an item again, or?
Oh, we bringing that up right now, Dick? We having a real good time? You gonna bring up
What's
my
going
pain?
on here?
I'm sorry. I was.
Do we have a falling out here?
Yeah, there was an incident, but it's all fine now.
Is it, Johnny?
It's perfect.
Johnny, what
Hi,
happened to your
Traffy.
arm? It looks like it's been bitten by some kind of wild animal.
Oh God! Don't bring that up either.
See,
Dick, you just can't help.
I shan't ask. I shan't ask.
Okay. I'll be around in a couple of minutes, alright? See you sec. Hey, bye.
Enjoy, Terry.
I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. So yeah, you could definitely get in touch with the businesses, Cyprus, for the block party, and then we'll all provide our own little sort of bits and bobs.
Yeah, for sure. If y'all want to come, bring alcohol from Yellow Jack, bring food from, Uwu, and hopefully Sid can get on the action, and we'll have
Yeah.
a whole last catering.
I'd
Bye,
let Sis
Johnny.
get in the action.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry, I can't help it. People are just walking into these.
Johnny's toothpaste gone green.
Oh God. Oh, where's it
Oh
gone?
fucking
Oh
hell,
my
Joanna,
God.
Sorry. I
Dick,
had an
come on,
itch.
Dick.
Oh, I see.
I
The
didn't-
minute my man goes out of sight, you start punching me. Is that how it is? Is that how it is?
Listen, you really upset him, Joanna. I had to play. I had to
Oh,
play makeup
I really
with him.
upset him.
Oh my God, Joanna.
Yeah, don't go for me. Don't go for me, because that will upset him even more. Because I'm his
I
best
heard
friend.
that you had a real good time with them in prison.
Yes.
Dick, you went
We
to
showered
prison?
together. Yeah, well, yes, I was an
You and
accomplice,
Johnny
I
Five?
suppose.
What
Been in
did you
prison?
Well, he was a little bit upset, so I thought I'd cheer him up and we would go and rob a store
You don't
together.
hear back from me real quick. Come to the Vanilla Unicorn. I'm probably dead.
Hold on, Johnny. What you doing down? What you doing there?
You don't come down, or they probably just gonna kick off. But if you don't hear from me real soon.
I ain't got no weapon, Johnny. I ain't got none.
No, I'm literally telling you not to come.
You said in 5 minutes, Johnny head to Vanilla Unicorn?
No, don't come down. Just if you don't hear from me, that's where my body is.
Alright.
Oh wow, I did not know that.
What's going on?
Johnny's first language is Spanish too, by the sounds of it. He's fluent.
Oh, is he fluent?
Yeah, you should get him. Does he not speak Spanish in bed? I thought that was sort of like a romantic kind of thing.
Oh, we speak a different language in bed. You don't want to know about that. What did he teach you?
Oh, let me rack in my brain. One moment, please, Miss Joanna. Let me rack in my brain. See if I can
Okay,
remember.
I'll give you 1 minute. 1 minute only.
Was it dos cervezas, por favor?
What's that mean?
That's good.
Don't know what he's up to, Val.
That means that she's asking for 2 beers. Please.
Oh.
Val, is there any football games I should go to tomorrow?
He said please.
Any last minute tickets I should get for tomorrow?
Una mesa para 2 personas, por favor. Nice.
Kevin Bridges. Una mesa para
Oh my God. Come on, Dick.
I'm really itchy. No, I'm really itchy. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Don't you hit me again, Dick.
I dropped your hat off.
You did knock my hat off? Nobody hits my hat off like that, Dick.
I'm sorry. This is like the hammer incident all over again. Oh, sorry. I mean, Ben falling over incident all over again. Mr. Five taught me 3 unique Spanish sayings.
Okay.
Donde está tuza lockpixo? That means something about bringing 2 lockpicks.
No, that means where are your lockpicks?
That means where are your lockpicks? Yes.
Yes.
He also taught me uwu zotina usa aviesto. I think that means have an uwu day.
Can you say it again?
I
don't think it was pronounced very well.
Listen, we're still working on the pronunciation.
Can you say it again? Let me try to guess what.
Well, it's kind of key, Dick. You gotta pronounce it.
The final one, you might recognise this. I still don't really know what it means, but maybe you can translate it. Is Weezer, Shudzo, Javiena, Hideno, Betterino. Don't know what that means.
I don't know what you're saying, Dick. I don't understand this gobbledygook language.
I know.
That means you should have hidden better.
Where it is.
I don't know where you're getting that from. It's a completely different language. Maybe it's
all
in English.
gobbledygook. I don't get it.
I really don't know what you said there.
It's next to
I wish I knew. I wish I knew.
9048. I think.
Say the second one again. Yeah.
The second one was like Uwozida Javiesto or something like that.
I'm gonna trust this man. I'm gonna give him a chance not to be an asshole.
Okay.
Visa.
Oh, Mr. Walker's here.
Oh, howdy, Jason. I ain't seen you in a long time.
It's been a while, Mr. Kentucky. What have you been?
Oh, I've been real sad, Jason. I've just been real sad about Daisy Law dying.
I will. I'm polite.
So I've been spending some time back in Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really? Well, that must be nice, to get home.
That was alright. The chickens missed me, but it was alright.
Oh, that's good. Did you get any work done when you were back home?
I fed the chickens, that's for sure. Slaughtered a few.
Business doing well.
Slaughtered a few? Oh my God.
Well, I sure did.
Oh, sorry. I was just overheard slaughtered. I got drawn in. Sorry.
I slaughtered the chickens when I was back in Kentucky.
you're just feeding him 5,000, huh?
What was that, Jason?
You just feeding him 5,000?
5,000?
He's away on some business.
I don't know what you're saying, Jason.
Maybe.
Related business.
What's he saying?
I'm the manager of Fireball. If that's any of that kind of
Feeding
business.
5,000?
This is more just Mr. Cat business.
I don't know what you're talking about, Jason. You're speaking gobbledygook.
Oh, sorry, I need to,
That's it. Part of his
Oh,
business.
secure.
Business he's gotta do,
excuse me, sir.
kind of hours, teaching Spanish.
Hiya. You having a good day?
Oh yeah, I'm doing tremendous.
And what's the other language he speaks?
I'm glad to hear.
Japanese.
I would love to hear that.
Very interesting cult.
You should ask him.
Cult?
It's not a
Blackburn v
cult.
Bournemouth.
Who's a cult?
Who's a cult?
Are you calling a cult?
Apparently us.
Yeah, he's saying that this is a cult.
We're not a cult.
Cult?
I mean, Mel can be a bit of a cult sometimes, but you know, we move past that.
Hey!
Excuse me, Mr. Walker. This is just a collection
We're
of
friends
friends.
now, Mel. Don't worry.
No cults here. No cults here. I'm just referring to Mr. Bull's cult. That's all.
His
Even though
cult.
she's ready to polish balls.
Oh, is it because is it in like a taxi cult or something like that?
No, it's because it's ridiculous.
This guy called Terry Boo. I don't like no Terry Boo. Sounds
This is
terrible.
exactly what I said. Marley, your granny's daughter.
Nice one, sir. Nice one.
Maybe she is.
Maybe.
You could be a
do you know your
reporter of
mama?
that kind of
Marley
work.
Doubtfire.
What was that? Sorry, Jason. There's too many voices going on here.
Come on, let's go over here.
You could be a journalist with that sort of quick wit, you know.
Oh, I
Those are the
could
type
be.
of puns we need.
Maybe I could.
What's your name, Captain Sanders?
I'm
Sanders?
Johnny. I'm Johnny Kentucky.
Colonel. It's Colonel.
Oh, Johnny Kentucky. Colonel Kentucky.
Colonel Sanders, what's that?
Johnny Kentucky. That's right.
You fry? Oh, nice to meet you. I'm Terry. But no, we all thought you said that that's a nice cult you've got there. But
Oh, did he mean coat?
Yeah,
Oh, you can't rule it out, you know. In a city like this, you never know what circles are forming.
Yeah, my coat's nice. I like my coat.
No,
It is right-
Can I feel
it?
It's very nice.
I got it from the Shite Industries range.
Terry, do you mind if I feel it? Can I touch it?
I'm gonna touch your coat too, Terry.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
oh
you can
yes.
touch it. Yeah, touch the fur.
It
Oh
feels
yeah.
nice. Yes, that's like genuine. That's genuine
Yeah,
fur. I
it's
think. Yeah.
genuine shite
Wow.
fur.
Your hair feels kind of shit too, Terry.
No,
There's
I didn't get I
too
didn't
much
get that.
VO5 in it.
No, I didn't get that from Shite Industries. Yeah, there's a guy called Dana Shite. He provides all my coats for me.
Dana who? Sorry.
Dana Shite.
Dana Shot?
Oh, yeah, D shot. Yes.
Mr. D Shot? D Shot.
Hey, guys.
What's going on? Hello.
I've got someone
Over there has a bomb vest.
He's got a bomb.
You're looking well.
He's got a what vest?
Oh shit. You got a bomb vest on?
Oh, we're whispering. Oh, he's got a bomb vest.
Bomb?
I recognise him.
Trav, that man's got a bomb vest.
Yeah, I see that.
I'm going to go and tell them.
Mr. Kentucky, I feel like it's been a while since we spoke.
It has, Dick. I think it's been a wee while.
Yes, but I don't seem to have your digits. Should I ever want to
Oh.
get in contact with you?
All right.
Regarding
Hold on.
any?
There you go, Dick.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. I'll text you pictures of my cat.
Oh yeah, Dick. I'd love to see your cat, Dick.
I don't actually have one.
That sounds
I
terrible.
wish I did. I'll send them when I get one.
All right. I want to see what this gentleman over here wants.
Yes, yes. Safety numbers. I'll go with you.
Sir? What's that vest you got on?
Not bad. So,
I'm alright. I'm getting there.
Go on, Dick. You make the man speak, Dick.
Hello, stranger who I have never met. How are we? My name is Dick. A man of few
Oh,
words.
he ain't talking much. You don't want to talk?
No, this is also the first time I've ever seen him in my life.
I don't know who this gentleman is.
No. It appears as if there is also somebody up on that balcony.
How does she see?
Interesting.
I don't see no but. Oh yeah, all right. I
Goodbye,
see him.
Spanish lady.
What did you say to him?
Sorry, I didn't actually get your name.
My name is Lilith. Nice to
What
meet
did,
you.
what did you say to that? What did you say to that guy? He just looked me up and down and then walked away.
He just nodded. Very odd. He's meant a very few words.
Did you just say that guy with the shite coat said that you had a bomb or something?
Goodbye, Lilith. Oh, you're still here.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Farewell.
I sounded a little bit rude there, Dick. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, well, she did say I'm going,
Goodbye,
and then
Lilith.
came back,
Oh,
and then.
you're still here.
Well, we're talking about very private, important information.
That guy's put a bomb in my car. One sec.
Put a bomb in your car?
You just say something about a bomb in the car. What's Lilith done?
Nah. Did you guys tell him that I said that he had a bomb?
What?
He just looked. Did you guys tell that guy with the bomb that I said he had a bomb? Because he looked me up and down.
No, I just said hello.
I didn't say nothing. I said, "What's that vest you got on?" I
Maybe
asked
he
him
was
about
just
his
touching your
vest.
Yeah, like my coat is good. It's from it's from Dana Shite's clothing range.
Oh yes, you did say yes.
Yeah, it's very nice. Oh, he's over there. I don't like it. Why has he got a bomb?
Are you sure it's a bomb?
It looks like a bomb. Like a bomb vest.
Blackburn v Bournemouth.
I'm gonna ask.
I'll see if there's tickets available. I don't know who. I don't know where. How far away is Blackburn?
I'm not gonna come in your car. I just want to ask a question.
Only a tenner. Oh, that's good.
What's that Terry bloke up to?
Beep your
I'm
horn
trying
if I can ask you a question. Why do you have a vest on that looks like it's a bomb vest?
You're still alive.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Alright.
It was
Oh,
it
hello.
was good. It was good.
It was good.
Oh, you don't have it on anymore. Did you take it off?
I'm back.
Oh, I don't like the look of these people
Right,
here.
That man's scaring me. Oh no, it's yourself. Hello. Alright, it's this man here. Yeah, why have you got a vest on that looks like you've got a bomb on?
What's going on?
Okay, I'm just gonna walk
I
away
don't
now,
know,
I'm scared.
Tennessee. I don't know who these gentlemen are, but they look kind of dodgy.
Right, okay,
Oh,
I'm
he's
leaving
got a
now,
big
bye.
scary mask on.
Yeah, and he's got bombs
Yeah,
on
he
his...
doesn't
I
speak
don't really
much.
want to speak to somebody who's got a big scary mask on. That's quite scary.
And he's got a bomb vest on and I don't like it.
Oh my god, there's two of them. There's two of them. Oh my god.
They're multiplying, Miss Tennessee.
Oh my god, they don't look friendly. Oh my god.
Hello, stranger, who I've never
Mr.
met.
Five, there's men here in
What man?
masks. You know the
There's
men
men-
that don't speak.
Oh my god.
Oh
Okay.
my god, whose car is that? See that? Oh,
Are you nearby?
I'm coming now.
Okay, clean up after yourself. Who are they? Oh, hello, Seb.
howdy.
Should I call the police?
Yeah, I could do. I don't think they're doing much, so they're just kind of hanging about. It could be just a vest.
You know what I want to do? I want to find out if I can buy a boat.
I did, yes, we went on some journey together. You're very welcome.
I don't feel safe.
So much roly-poliness in this vehicle. I want to see if you can buy a boat.
The masked men are following that taxi
Oh, there's loads of boats just sitting
with a
here.
silly coat.
Loads of boats just sitting about. Probably have to lockpick them though. Oh, this is like the garage, so I can buy that. How much is it? 10 grand. This is like the showroom, I guess. That's 10 grand. 16 grand. Oh my goodness. 17. Oh, I'll see. I might be good to that. I might be good to that game. I'll have a look afterwards. $100,000. Oh my god. $200,000. Fuck, that's expensive. $250,000. Morecambe playing Sunderland. Morecambe's quite far away, isn't it? Oh! Damn, boats are expensive. Oh, imagine I went to Morecambe and then Blackburn, that would be funny. I think realistically, man, these are so dear. This is probably going to be the one I get. 17,000. Oh! If I was to buy one. Oh, I had quite a fun plan for that island.
Okay, I'm coming back now. That was a real good meeting. We gonna have to have a talk.
Blackburn's about 20 minutes.
I'm talking to Dick. 2 seconds.
Excuse me.
I'm talking to Dick. I'm not doing anything else. Calm down.
Sorry, cat lady.
He's been kidnapped.
Wait. So they've actually taken him?
Yeah, I don't know where.
You don't sound too concerned. Is it Travis?
Travis, who's taking who where?
Tyler
Think he's dead? If you're giving up hope?
Could be.
I mean, it's probably because he walked about saying that one of them had a fucking bomb vest on.
Oh my god.
I mean, I feel like we should maybe do something about this.
What's going on? I don't know what's going on.
These weird masked men have kidnapped Mr. Coat. Mr. Terry Fancy Coat.
No one wants to win.
Oh, Mr. Terry Fancy Coat? Is that such a bad thing after all?
Terry with the fancy coat.
I think that might be a blessing. That's God's blessing.
You
Oh
can't
my
say
God.
that, Mr. Kentucky. That's rather.
Oh no, they did not.
They did. The two men in
Dick.
masks. They took him.
Dick, they did not.
They did.
Oh no.
The two men that I've definitely
Closer.
never spoke to you about in the
Yeah,
past.
yeah. What the fuck?
Yes. I don't know what that means, and they definitely did not ring me to ask what his name was.
Aww.
And
No. Just a new business setting up in the city. You know, want an organisation that everyone's gonna touch at some point. You know.
The finger. The bullet. Oh,
No,
sorry.
I don't think I could do both. But maybe, I mean, maybe, but probably not. Oh.
Mr. Kentucky, we just gonna have a chill mag about a thing.
Oh, I need to be in the car. Oh.
What's going on, Johnny?
I'm gonna fill you in, and literally, I just have to talk to the manager. about something.
Oh, all right, John. I'll be
And then
over
we
here.
fill you in
All
real
right.
quick.
The back of that car is a lot lower than the front of it, isn't it? Oh, I'm walking into a car.
Well, considering you said the word at the start.
Oh, yes, that might have been a little faux pas.
Mel owns a legal thing.
Oh, a legal thing. Well, this is illegal.
How much money have I got?
Oh, quite
Oh my god. They didn't.
$800.
You didn't take one off. Oh my god. You're an idiot.
They
What's
told me
happened?
It was, there was
No, he's not. He saved my
untraceable.
life.
Yes, I saved Vardy's life by definitely shooting into the air and not dropping the bullet on the floor instead.
Oh, you dropped it on the floor.
Oh, I didn't know what to do, Mel.
Oh my god.
I've never held a G
I thought it was like the
UN.
jackpot. I walked over here.
A
facing
gun?
bullets, so I was
Oh,
like,
you gotta
nice.
hold a gun,
No, I
dick.
didn't think you could. I didn't think you'd be able to put the word to those together.
Split. Scatter.
What is Jay Walker loudly whispering about?
Jay, you've got your purple trainers on again. Yay.
Oh yes. You know, I wasn't gonna let those balls get me down. You know.
Mentioned the other day, but you weren't.
Don't bring me down. Woof.
What's going on, Dick?
Woof.
I'm a bit
I
hungry,
just
to be
realised
honest.
you can see my ankle bracelet.
Those guys haven't been around here recently, have they?
Yes, you can.
Whoa, Mel, why have you got an ankle bracelet?
I saw one of them earlier.
She's a criminal.
I'm
You
not.
been in
no, it was to
jail?
keep
No
it-
way.
No, it was to keep me safe.
I had one of them ankle bracelets too, you know.
Hang
It was because people were threatening to kidnap me.
You know, just keep at it,
Oh.
and eventually
So
we'll just get bored of you.
So Huxley wants to know where you are at all
That's pretty
times.
much my entire career.
No,
I'm not
no,
showing.
no.
That's a bit weird, isn't it? That's a bit
No,
weird.
Huxley
things around
didn't
here,
put it
man?
on me. It was the
It's,
chief.
You okay?
Oh,
You
bloody
been
hell,
bad,
Jay's
Mel? You been
alright.
up to trouble?
I've not had any trouble. People have just been threatening to kidnap me, so the police put it on me to
They're
keep
not
me
gonna have
safe.
trouble with my jacket on.
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think.
All right.
Own colours.
Weren't you kidnapped when you
I'd be
had it
pretty-
on as well?
Pretty fucking unlucky if another
Zeb.
gang rolled up trying to own the colour red.
I know.
No.
Yes,
That'd be really unfortunate.
but they found me.
Plenty to black, and then
They found me
I
very
really claim
quickly,
that I own the colour
and they
black.
pinged the guy, so it was fine.
Oh yeah, maybe you should, you know.
Therefore,
Just
it
make
worked.
everybody walk about naked.
They could do with a more streamlined
your
version,
plan,
because that's
that's
not
your
really aesthetically pleasing, is it?
No. To be fair, Johnny Five did post a picture
wear
of it in all its glory on Twitter earlier. Of me also in a bikini.
Why were you in a bikini in front of Johnny?
Oh my god, I wanted to see the
How you
tattoo.
doing? You alright?
Oh, I see.
I'm good. How are you doing after your crash the other day?
It was in front
Oh,
of everyone.
I'm doing great. You know, it was just a minor concussion. That's all.
I wish I had that
The doctors just give me a clean bill of health.
Oh, wonderful.
From
Wonderful.
now
Get
on,
into
I
trouble,
promise I'm going to keep
Jason?
up my eyes on the road. Oh no, I was just waving to Dick. You see, I
He
was
was
waving
alright.
where I was going, and I crashed into the back of a cargo
I feel
container.
really he's
Oh,
one of the
Jason.
taxi drivers. I feel
He
really
was so
bad.
enthusiastic about saying goodbye to me
Oh,
that he
don't!
crashed
I
his
hope
vehicle.
I hope they've not killed him.
It was just
Oh no!
just the corner of a thing went through the windscreen, but it was fine. It was fine.
Yes, the
Well, I'm
windscreen
glad you're
did
better,
smash,
Jason.
but I feel like you got away quite well. Oh, there seems to be a van.
Well, Mel just shouted something about someone hopefully not dying, so I feel like we've missed out on this potential story here. Mel, what's going on?
It was just that Terry got taken away, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Oh, that's a wee shame.
I feel like.
And I was just saying that where is he? I hope he's not dead.
Is that such
Oh,
a bad
shit,
thing
don't
that
don't
Mr.
look.
Terry Bull's gone?
Hey, shush. Don't look. Don't all turn and look at the same time. But those men
I
are
just-
back over there.
it's the police.
Those men
That's the
are
police.
back over there. Oh, it's
Over
the
there?
police.
Oh yeah.
Over there. Don't all look and point. Over there.
Point. It's the police.
Over. Oh, it's just the police. I'll tell you
Over
what.
there.
I'm very thirsty right now. One moment.
Over there.
Well, I do hope nothing has become of Mr. Bull. It would be a terrible shame if
That'd be some
he's
bullshit.
got himself into trouble.
Am I right?
It'd be terrible.
Yes, you're right.
I got him. I got him. Joanna, Johnny, you alright?
Yeah, we good. We gonna be like 5 minutes. We come back. I'm sorry.
Alright.
Just finishing off. He'll be soon.
Sometimes I just gotta clear my mind sometimes before I can. Never mind.
I think he maybe insulted the guy when he was stood over there.
Oh, that's not the wise thing to do.
What am I looking for? My car.
Mr. Kentucky, did you get a good look at the vehicle which Mr. Bull was supposedly loaded into?
Oh, I didn't see it. Well, hold on. Let me think now. It was like a... I think it was just like a black vehicle, Mr. Jason.
Was it like an SUV or more of a
That's
low
right.
profile?
Yeah, one of them big SUV vehicles, Jason.
I'm just gonna roam the streets for a little while, Mr. Kentucky. No particular reason.
No reason at all, I'd imagine. You're not gonna try to find Mr. Terrence, are you?
No. What would I want to find him for? I wouldn't want to revel in his misery.
Right, we'll do some trucking. I might do a wee bit of trucking. Oh, engine off. Get that engine off. I really wanted to get a boat and have a little storyline with that island. I wanted to basically like recreate King Kong and get Jay Walker to come with us to document it. And be like, and all the Johnnies could pretend that they believe there's a mythical beast that lives on the island. And we want Jay Walker to come and find it with us and document it. I thought that might have been kind of fun. But we need a boat. And the boat's quite expensive, isn't it? You know what I feel like watching? Maybe later on. You know what I feel like watching? For some reason on YouTube, I was getting recommended. Was it like the BBC archive stuff? And it's like really old episodes from Tomorrow's World. And it's just dead funny to look at this old technology, which at the time was like not even released yet. And I was like, I've not watched it yet, but there was a video which looked quite good, and it was like 1980, it was like 1985 or something. And it was the House of 2020, what the House of 2020 would be like. I haven't watched it, so I was like, oh, let's see how accurate this is. They were predicting what the house would be like in like 25 and 35 years time. I watched the video as well. I think this is what got me kind of interested in that channel, or those series of videos. It was the car of the future. It was a video from BBC, and it was called The Car of the Future. And it was showing you this car with all this cutting edge technology in it. Which now we just take for granted, but at the time it was all new. And it's just funny to watch it back now. It wasn't a Ford Focus. You know what they said? They said something like, this car's £50,000 and it's probably the most expensive car on the road in the UK, and they were saying how it's £50,000. I'm like, really? Was there nothing more expensive than that in like the 80s? What am I doing? I'm like trying to park my car. What am I doing? Let me find the garage. Let me put this car in the garage. How come... Is there no garage here anymore? It was here, but there's no icon on the map. Store vehicle. Okay, it works. Well, maybe do a wee bit of trucking. You know what? See, if I'm being honest, I'm finding it kind of difficult to get into the Johnny stuff now because I've been away for so long. I'm finding it difficult to get back into whatever everyone else is up to. Maybe Johnny Kentucky will have a very fatal accident in the near future, which is unrecoverable. I don't know. It feels like it just feels a bit confusing when I'm on with Johnny Kentucky now. I know I've not been on for a long time. This is my first time back on with him, I suppose. Maybe I should give it. I'll give it a few more days, right? But I don't know. It just feels a bit difficult to figure out what to do, what the script is. Let's do a wee bit of trucking. I've never permed a character. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I mean. It feels like I'm just sort of tagging along with what other people are doing a wee bit. I mean, the funny thing is as well, there's a chicken factory in here, isn't there? Chicken slaughterhouse, so I could just like kill him there, pretend he died there. If I really did want to kill him off.
You inside the Kitty Cat Cafe, Mr. Kentucky?
Oh, I'm up doing the trucking just now, I got no money.
Okay, give us a shout when you've done a couple of them trucking jobs and you want to have a catch up. We got a couple of things to catch you up on.
Alright, Johnny.
Exciting things.
Yeah, to do with guns and stuff.
Ooh.
Amen.
Amen. I love my firearms. We arrive at the burger shop. Maybe I should open up. Maybe I should speak to someone about potentially getting that as a business. Instead of the ice cream wars, it could be the fast food wars. I wonder if I could get that. I wonder if I could get that restaurant, one of the like the Cluck and Bell. I wonder if I could get that and change the texture on it so it says Johnny Kentucky's Chicken House or something, Chicken Shack. That may be kind of funny.
Mr. Kentucky.
Yes, Johnny.
We're about to do a bank if you want in.
You want to do a bank, Johnny? Oh, hold on. I don't have any, Well, hold on, John. Let me finish this delivery, then I'll be with you, alright? Fucking hell.
You won't finish the delivery before you fucking kidding me right now.
Well, Johnny, I'm closer to doing this delivery than heading back.
You're almost at the place. Okay, I think we might just do it then.
Oh, go on, Johnny. You do. I'll catch you another time.
The reason I'm saying that is because we almost had a chance to do it today already, but we waited too long and you know, we couldn't do it anymore.
That's all right, Johnny. I understand.
We might need you post operations, you know, so you could be in the
Truck is a
way, you know.
getaway. Hold on, what was that, Joanna?
I mean, never mind. We'll catch you afterwards. You know, we might need you in some sort of phone if things go wrong.
All right. Well, the thing is, I saw your message and I looked, but there's only one passenger seat. There's no like back seats in this one. Otherwise, that could have been kind of funny. Oh, that's a really good idea. That's a really good idea. And Johnny, I got an idea if you want to listen.
I'm listening.
Well, Johnny, I'm on this truck, you see, and if I happen to pass by wherever you're robbing, you could drop the money off in my pocket when I'm driving back to the depot.
I mean, I think that's a good plan. I don't know how we would suddenly pull up to a truck, pass over the money to a man driving the truck without the police noticing that
Wow,
money.
do you think I can drive past the shop?
Past a shop?
Wherever you're robbing? Is it the bank, Johnny? Where you robbing?
We go.
Oh shit, Johnny, them cops! I saw them cops driving real fast. Have you robbed something?
No, not yet. Hey, Mr. Kentucky, I gotta make a phone call. We gotta be quick. I'm sorry.
All right.
It's been terribly planned.
See the fucking traffic here. Let me do this delivery. This car, man. I've been finding it kind of difficult the last... Yeah, that car deserved it, it did, didn't it? I've been finding it a bit difficult the last few weeks. Oh shit. I think, the last like 2 or 3 weeks, man, I've been really tired. Almost like... I find myself struggling to find the energy to stream just now. I was like at it like every day, man, for so long. And I kind of forced myself to take a wee break. And since I've taken this wee break, I'm like finding it difficult to get back into it. It's not because I don't want to, it's just like I feel fucking exhausted all the time. I don't know why, I feel so tired.
No, against the wall, I'm against. Yeah, there you go.
I just like feel mentally quite drained all the time. Just now. I don't know how I managed to stream every day, basically, for like...
I can't believe you got that good at... Is that how
for
close you got?
6 months. 8 months. Best part of a year nearly.
Do flash a light.
It's weird, it's like a... It's like I want to stream and I want to like come on and do stuff and have fun. But I feel fucking tired, man. I just feel like tired. And I'm like,
The one we discussed.
I'm like, I'll take tonight off and then tomorrow I'll feel refreshed for tomorrow. And then the next night comes and I'm like, I'm fucking exhausted again.
Come on now, do it.
And I think it's like when I have... Oh, there's Jay Walker. And I think it's like when I'm... Oh, there's a taxi boy. When I have those breaks, when I have that break and then I struggle to get back into streaming properly. And then when I finally do come on, after not being on for like a couple weeks. Especially like with Johnny Kentucky, man, and the Johnnies in general. I don't fucking know what's going on. I've been away for that long. Not that that's anyone's fault, that's just like how it is, isn't it?
Seven 7185. 7185.
7185.
I got you.
That's it, yeah, that's it. And you know what, I feel like, I remember Gav, Lord Dog, when he was with us as the taxi boys, I remember Rick, or Rick, as we all know him as in GTA, when he was on.
Keep him busy, drive around in a circle a little bit.
Okay.
I remember he would be on he'd be on fairly regularly, and then like the gaps would increase between him being on and being off. Like he'd be on for a couple of times a week, and then he'd maybe be on like once a week, and then maybe on like once every 10 days.
Nothing, I'm just scaring him.
And I've always wondered, I wonder if like he stopped playing because he just felt like he didn't know what was going on.
Shit, I forgot to get spares. We better hold
Which
back
is kind of a shame. Wonder if he felt a bit too out the loop. I don't know why he stopped.
Shit, the cops are all following me.
That was good, 900
Got a
bucks.
hostage. Just go into the bank. Go into the bank. You got a hostage. They won't come in.
You need any help? I'm done my trucking.
If you got a gun and a disguise and you quick as the fucking flash.
I ain't got nothing, I don't have that. What bank you over at?
It's I can't remember the fucking number now. It's in the city. I think it's something 8195, something like that. You can't just run in if police is there, Mr. Kentucky.
There's a bank there.
Miss Tennessee, I hear police.
Yep, they're watching me right now as we go into the bank.
81...
Fucking ass up.
What is 8195? 81... It's not 8195 at all. Maybe that one.
Take the gun off him. Don't take the gun off him.
Oh, I'm not.
We'll do another truck. We'll do another truck control. I've got a skill point. Oh, happy days.
I'm having a donut.
That's an appropriate time.
Oh, fragile cargo. Let's do that. That's fragile cargo.
Oh my god, I'm hacked.
Empty trailer. I'm just taking an empty trailer for this one. You know what? I'd be up for. I think I was thinking about getting FIFA 22. I might get the next FIFA and stream that. Look at this. This is a weird thing to transport. Isn't it?
Tennessee, I fucked it up. It was real hard.
Oh, come on, Johnny.
It was so hard, Mr. Kentucky. It was like, what's your second grandma? Okay, I'm sorry.
I wouldn't mind streaming some FIFA. I think FIFA might be kind of fun to play and stream. Just online games.
You ready to go?
FIFA, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I think you're missing that Kentucky magic. Red Dead Redemption RP. Oh. I mean, maybe. I tried it, but I couldn't. Should apply for Wild RP. Johnny Kentucky and Wild RP. See, I've already got myself on a server. It's not Wild RP. I applied for Wild RP and I never got in. So I'm a bit scared to reapply, man, and not get in again. So I think what I didn't like is the fact, like, the interview was like, I had to like improvise RP in the interview. Just on the spot, and I didn't like it. I felt kind of uncomfortable at the time. Maybe now it'd be different though. Oh, I have videos and a following. Well, to be honest, when I applied the first time round, I had loads of videos, and I probably had a more active following than I do now. I applied for that when I applied for Wild RP. It was like when we were playing Great City, and I was getting like 30 viewers or something a stream, and I was feeling pretty confident about my chances of getting in. But I'd say I probably had a better chance back then than I do now. In terms of like relevancy. But yeah, maybe I'll try. Maybe I'll try again. Did you get into Wild RP, Vald? Maybe I should do a playthrough of Red Dead Redemption, because I think one of the things I struggled with most was just not knowing where the hell I was going. and just travelling such a big map. I just didn't get it. And I've never played Red Dead. I've not played Red Dead 1 or Red Dead 2. So, I don't know if that was maybe part of my problem. Oh, you are in Wild? Oh, interesting. You should totally stream that. God, I can barely... The truck barely goes under that. You watched Roscoe? Oh, I watched Roscoe as well for quite a while. It was really funny. Really, really funny. Ah. Johnny Kentucky. Maybe I should play the actual game. I feel like I need to go in with a group of people to make... Like, I find it difficult as well, like, when I'm by myself. I feel like I need a group of people to bounce off of. Like, I'm quite happy to go away and do my own thing for a bit, like I'm doing just now, I suppose. But I like having a wee group of people that I can fall back to and sort of bounce off of. And I think the thing I'm maybe worried about if I was to go to like PRC or even Wild RP is I'd be all by myself and I'd just get bored of it because I've got no one to bounce off. No one like to sort of mingle with, you know what I mean? I think now that I've got used to doing my Johnny Kentucky accent, I don't think accents are going to be that much of a... Like, I don't really feel nervous doing that anymore. To begin with, man, I was like super nervous about putting on an accent. But now that's not really a problem. Was accents. I don't think I'd mind doing one. A European one and an American one. Mid-European? What does mid-European sound like? What does mid-European sound like? I can't even think. Dutchy German. Saw the stream die quite a bit there. Oops. Just a sentence or two. We'll do maybe one more. We'll do maybe like one more, right? And then we'll maybe just watch some YouTube or something. You thought Roscoe's in a South African? Oh yeah, it's not Scotland, yeah. South African. I'm trying to find a good can't do that one, can't do that one. Transported beef. Oh, you need your own truck. Oh, I'm in the wrong category, that's why. Can't do that one. Let's just do a wee short one. Stone. Delivering stone. You met the mayor. Have you bumped into Roscoe when you've been playing? Yeah, because you'd probably be on about the same time. You're usually on quite late, aren't you? Roscoe's on always really late. I think Roscoe must be like my most raided streamer. Because typically when I stream, I usually stream, well, before I've had my wee break. I would typically stream to like 2 in the morning or something then. And Roscoe would be like the only person on at that time. If I had to guess, I think Roscoe's probably my most raided streamer. I might jump onto PRC since I've got access to that. And we'll bring Johnny, we can maybe bring Johnny Kentucky's ancestor into that, right? Johnny Kentucky's like great-great-grandfather. Oh yeah, there was one thing in particular actually. One thing in particular which made it just so much more awkward for me. I don't know if it's still the same. But PRC didn't have a mini-map. Oh my god. There's a guy just standing there. Didn't have a mini-map. So whenever you had to check where you are, and I'd have to do that quite a lot. Because I've never played the game before. I've always got to hit escape and go to the menu. Wild doesn't either. Oh, it's a pain in the arse, man. I feel like half the time I'm on, I'm in the menu. Aye, I think you can get... Oh yeah, good. You can get a compass, yeah, but... Actually, no, I don't... Well, maybe you can get a compass. I never bought a compass, though. I remember buying a pocket watch. So I could tell how long it was until night time and stuff. But yeah, I remember I was trying to get into the I was trying to get into the the wild RP as well. I'm trying to remember when it started. I can't remember if it was right at the end of CWC or if it was right at the end of Great City. But that was like my plan. I'd kind of planned it out that I was going to transition when I finished playing. I can't remember when it was, but I was like, I'll switch and I'll start playing that instead, and that'll be good. And then it didn't go to plan. I'm like, oh shit, what am I going to do? That was kind of my plan, to go into Red Dead once I'd finished playing GTA for a bit. Oh yeah, I know about that. I know about the you can mark it and your horse rides you there. But then I had this other awkward problem where your horse would get knackered, right? And I was giving it like mints, I was brushing it, I was giving it cream, I was giving it treats or whatever, and I couldn't get the stamina back. I couldn't get the horse stamina back, so it was just like fucked all the time. I was feeding it hay. I was like doing everything. I didn't know how to get the stamina back. That kind of got me a bit frustrated as well. Sugar cubes. I'm sure I gave it sugar cubes. It didn't. Nothing fucking. That horse, once it was knackered, the only way I could get its stamina back was to put it back in the stables. And then bring it back out again. Right, let's log off, right, and we'll jump on... We'll jump on YouTube for a wee bit, right? And we'll watch these videos I was telling you about. We'll watch a wee bit of YouTube, right? Let me update this first. What am I looking for? This. Sorry about that. There we go. So, you could be doing Taxi Boy stuff. You need Patterson on to be on when... Oh yeah, you need to get joined in. Signed on, don't you? So where was the one... Where was the one which I started watching? It was from BBC Archive. Is this the car of the future? Let's see if this is the car of the future, right? The car of the future. You ready?
This is probably the most expensive car in this country. It costs £55,000. But before you're wondering how I got conned out of the other 52,000, perhaps I'd better say that you can't actually buy this car. It's a test bed, a prototype containing many of the devices that you should be seeing fitted to cars over the next 10 years or so. You see, the motor car hasn't really changed basically over the last 30 years. It's still a mechanical animal with
55 grand
some electrics.
for this. There's one thing I noticed which is really funny. When I watched this originally, and it's like, well...
Whereas the
I'll show you,
aeroplane
we'll
has
see.
changed tremendously, thanks to the introduction of electronics into its working systems. And that's what this car's got. It's packed with sensors and controllers that aim to make this car, and any other built like it, more efficient, safer, easier to drive, less dirty in terms of pollution, and hopefully cheaper to run. Now the most obvious innovation is down here. This panel gives readouts when things go wrong in your car, like this. Now, as each one of these readouts comes up, it's accompanied, as you can probably hear, by a high tone that reminds you to look down and find out what's gone wrong.
It doesn't look like it's raining, actually, does it?
Does itself go off eventually. The system that operates this readout is amazingly simple.
I like how he says it does go off eventually, and it doesn't go off.
You simply run a wire all around the car, connect it up to the bits that you want to know about when they go wrong, and as one of these things does go wrong, it puts its own special voltage onto that wire. Back here, behind the readout, a discriminator says, 2 volts on the wire, that means the oil pressure isn't what it ought to be, and it puts up the relevant information on this readout. Now here on the steering column is a device called Auto Cruise that ought to take the ankle ache out of motorway driving. You simply set the speed you want to cruise at and activate the system, and sensors picking up information from the speedometer.
I like the way he says sensors as well. Sensors.
Automatically control the accelerator independently of you. Let me show you what I mean. We're doing 60. Let me set 70 on it. I'll activate it, take my foot off the accelerator, and there she goes.
There she goes.
Up to 70. Now, as soon as you touch the brake, of course, the whole thing disengages, so it's perfectly safe. And when talking about brakes, something's been done to them too. You know that awful moment when you're driving along in wet weather, something happens and you hit the brakes and you go into a spin? Well, that can't happen in this car because sensors know the natural speed at which a wheel should slow down when you put the brakes on. And if the wheel slows down much faster than that, the sensors say to themselves, we've got a wheel lock coming here, and they take the pressure off the brake just enough to give you that bit of wheel spin that you need to maintain control. Now let me just go off the motorway and I'll show you a couple of other things.
That doesn't look like the car of the future to me. Let's find... that doesn't look like the car of the future. 1950s futuristic car. That looks like the car of the future. Oh, car of the future from 1948. That looks like the car of the future.
With Spendesk, company cards are a whole lot smarter. As they're
Wheeler. With 4 seated comfortably, it takes off. Streamlined as a plane is this unique creation with designer Gary Davis at the wheel. Built in Southern California, it logically incorporates several aircraft principles, such as adaptation of the tricycle landing gear system. A switch on the dashboard operates built-in hydraulic jacks and makes tire changing an exhilarating experience.
Exhilarating?
The single front wheel explains the car's parking dexterity and keeps it on an even keel in the event of a blowout, even at a top speed of 115 miles an hour. There are no fenders.
That looks more like the car of the future to me than that. It's got windy windows. The car of the future still has windy down windows.
You can't rev this engine above what it ought to do. You see, the sensors know how many revs this engine ought to do, and if you try to push it above that, they simply cut out the extra firings.
Anti-lock brakes, yes. Cruise control, yes. Sensors everywhere, yes, but you still have to have windy down windows.
Listen to this. You're going to hear them there. And of course, ignition is totally electronic, so that it's easy for maintenance.
That.
There are no fenders, wraparound.
There's very few moving parts, and no matter what time of day or how cold it is, you always get a good big surge of power when you want to turn on. And in here, in among all those sensors I was telling you about, and there are three right there as a matter of interest, is the final refinement. This. It's a monitored petrol injection system that gives each cylinder exactly the right amount of petrol after taking into consideration the air temperature outside, the atmosphere pressure, the kind of ground you're going over, the engine temperature, the engine revs, the engine load, and several other factors. All that to give you absolutely peak performance every time.
Hello, Blender. It is Friday. It's now Saturday, actually. We're looking at the car of the future, Blender. It still has windy down windows.
So there you are, the car of the future for £55,000. I'm taking it back. It's not the cost. I don't like the colour.
That was the car of the future. I was saying, that doesn't look like the car of the future to me. That doesn't look like a car of the future. This looks more like a car of the future. And this is from 1948. When was this? 1970s.
Steel bumpers protect removable body panels. This little chariot can really run you around in circles. What's the trouble, Gary?
I swear it's like the same guy who narrates all of these like classic American promotional videos. It's like the same voice, man. It's the same guy.
Uh-oh, a modern Frankenstein.
Uh-oh.
And here's another streamlined marvel on
Look at
that! It only...
What the fuck is that? Streamlined? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what's streamlined about that.
Wheels. Streamlined. And here's another streamlined marvel on wheels. It only needs a pair of wings to be at home in the sky. Formidable indeed is its nose.
Streamlined. Streamlined.
With riveted aluminum fuselage, entry hatch, and rugged empennage, it's wasting time on the ground. But
that's wonky as well. Hang on.
And rugged empennage.
That goes up to the left. It's not even straight. I mean, it is 1948, I guess. But that's definitely leaning to the left.
It's wasting time on the ground. But being earthbound, the monster is trundled out onto the highway to frighten other motorists. If you're looking for a 1960 model, this may well be it.
Aye, right.
Somewhat less spectacular is this sporty new...
That looks like something from You know what that reminded me of as soon as I saw this? It reminded me of Wacky Races. Reminded me of the mob people. What are they called again? No, not that. Oh, aye, the Anthill mob. That was it, yeah. Oh, here we go. I don't know why. For some reason, it reminded me of that. Oh, but Not really. Not really at all, actually.
Creation
I loved Wacky Races, man.
of Gordon Burig of Pennsylvania, designer of the famous cord. Front fenders of laminated fiberglass turned with the wheels made of light magnesium. Body and removable top are of aluminum and plastic.
That looks terrible, man. Not terrible, but like, it looks like it's just been made in a shed.
Body and removable top are of aluminum and plastic. In the cockpit, or rather the driver's compartment, Mr. Burig operates the controls.
What the fuck is that? Is that the gear stick?
Closely resembling those of a plane. Thus, aircraft methods are becoming increasingly popular in automotive science.
So I saw on your
1956. Driverless cars. From General Motors. I guess I've gone down the rabbit hole of old, futuristic looking cars. Key to the future. Lyrics? Is there singing in it? Is this a musical? MG the musical. Or GM even. It is a musical, what the hell?
So much traffic cuts the flow down till they bring the highways up to date. You can bet your high compression we're gonna be late.
How sad, poor dad. Too bad.
Is this going to be singing all the way through?
Tough luck. Yuck, yuck.
While we're waiting around, singing the blues.
It is American, yeah.
Turn on the radio for highway news.
Let's see this driverless car.
Route 302.
Yeah?
It's hard to get through.
Oh.
405.
Yeah?
You'll never arrive.
No.
Route 509. You can't go wrong. They're bumper to bumper, but they're moving along.
Hey, I wonder what we'd hear if I'd turn on the switch and we're driving along in 1976.
This isn't... Oh, here we go. Right.
Hello, Tower. This is Firebird 2304. Firebird 2304.
Come on.
How are things on the safety autoway?
Tower to Firebird 2. Tower to Firebird 2. All traffic moving in normal pattern.
FB2 to Tower. We're heading for Chicago. Please route us through. Over.
Roger, FB2. View screen map shows your location within our control zone. You have your choice of two routes. Green line marks scenic route. Red line shorter route.
We're on vacation. Who wants to fly?
Yeah, that means green.
I thought this was a driverless car. Are they...
Firebird to Tower. We'll take the green.
It's awfully slow.
Check your fuel and engine.
Check.
Fuel supply 3/4 full. Good for 662 miles or 6 1/3 hours. Gas turbine compressor 31,000 RPM.
This is the car of the
Gas
future.
turbine transmission 26,500 RPM. Turbine inlet temperature, 1450 degrees. Turbine exhaust temperature, 350 degrees. We're all set for auto control.
Oh. Let's see
Roger,
auto
Firebird
control.
2. Move to electronic control strip in center lane.
Oh. So you have to drive on a particular part of the road to activate it. The electric part of
Synchronize
the
your
road.
speed and direction.
Check. I'll tune speed first.
What the hell?
Now I'll tune direction.
We're coming in on the beam, Dad.
Oh my god. Get it.
Well done, Firebird 2. You're now under automatic control. Hands-off steering.
Wow.
Here we go on the high-speed safety lane.
It's not very high speed. Look how slow they're going. This is the high speed lane. They're doing about 25 mile an hour?
Ah, this is the life. Safe, cool, comfortable. Mind if I smoke a cigar?
Oh, not with this wonderful air conditioning. Hey, you want some ice cream or a cool drink?
Orange juice, please. Me too.
I'm gonna go for the ice cream.
Ice cream? Oh. Oh, it's like a wee plane table.
Hey, there's a Firebird 1, the original gas turbine car.
Are these like the only two people that have... Where's all the other traffic? Why is there no other traffic in this road?
Runs pretty smooth for an old timer.
That's so obviously just like remote control cars or something.
Here's our east-north interchange.
The safe, easy way to make a turn.
Whoa! That's a pretty it's a pretty wild turn, isn't it? It's like a racetrack. There's like not much of a barrier up as well. These are basically all like Skeletrix cars, aren't they? Cars, aren't they? It's so obvious. You can see the groove in the track where they're getting led. It's cool. It's pretty cool. So slow. Don't start singing.
We gotta slow down.
Okay, I've had enough. Let me find that original video. 1989 thought the house... So in 1989, here's what they thought. I've not watched this yet. This is what they thought. I've seen the 1970s sat nav. I've watched that as well, though. I saw it myself. So this is out of date already. We're obviously beyond 2020, so let's see if we ever reach this level of technology.
What are going to be the biggest changes in our homes
Oh, I think I've seen this actually. We'll watch it.
by 2020? Will the house of the future protect the environment? And what new technology do researchers think we'll be living with? Well, we've been talking to some of the people who've been thinking about the home of the future. Christine McNulty.
I started the Home of the Future project to find out what people will want from their homes. They'll want all the benefits of modern technology, but without all this cluttered and complex gadgetry that we have today. They'll want...
That's kind of true, isn't it?
...homes that work for them.
I mean, that's kind of an easier prediction to make, though.
By 2020, all of this will be possible. We'll have things under control without all of these knobs and buttons. And what's more, the technology itself will be embedded in the very fabric of the house and its furnishings.
That's kind of true.
So the idea is, once all the clutter of technology has gone, you'll be able to furnish your rooms in any style you like. You won't actually be able to see the technology, but it will be there, doing its job without getting in your way.
That means the lights automatically switch off and on as you walk between rooms, and the home learns how bright you like them.
That's been around for a while, that stuff. You get them in offices. They detect people, you know what I mean? They turn off after a while, then if you go, like, they have it in bathrooms, don't they? In particular. Motion sensors for bathrooms.
A simple command gives you music, perhaps piped in from a sound library.
That's basically spot on.
Bark, please. And no more PowerPoints. Plugs become pads, picking up power from anywhere on the wall.
That's not so accurate.
And even Windows will take an active part in the home, according...
Is it talking about Microsoft Windows? Because if it's talking about that, that's kind of accurate.
to another researcher, David Button.
This is today's glass technology, whereby combining thin transparent coatings with ordinary conventional glass, we're able to change the performance of the glass. We can diffuse the glass for privacy, and with other coatings, we can control the glare and the solar radiation. In other words, we can vary the performance of the window. This liquid crystal display TV...
Whoa, look at that.
Again involves a material sandwiched between two thin pieces of glass.
Can you really watch TV on that? The picture quality looks dreadful.
Screens more than 1 metre wide are being developed. These systems depend on light passing through the glass. But this glass...
That's true, cheaper just to get blinds.
...has a coating which can act as a light source...
Motorised blinds, there we go.
...in itself, becoming a prototype display screen. This imaging technology is embodied in very thin coatings.
So this is LCD. Is this LCD they're talking about?
Which will be developed to be transparent. And when combined with ordinary glass, it means that your glass tabletop could become a VDU screen, and indeed your window could become something very remarkable.
So a simple command could turn a window into a wall.
Nah, we've not done that. I don't think it's that we don't have the technology to do that. There's just no demand for it. I'm sure if you wanted to, we could do something like that, though.
And you could decorate it how you want. Or it could be a television or a computer screen. Well, that may be a little futuristic or too expensive for most people. But there's one area where homes are going to have to change.
She just interrupted him. That's a bit rude.
For most people. But there's one area where homes are going to have to change.
She's like, right, shut up. My turn to speak.
there will have been enormous pressure on us to cut down on our burning of fossil fuels to protect the environment. This means that energy management in our homes will become of critical importance.
There are already materials that can help. This honeycomb material is being used on the outside of a building in Strathclyde to heat it by
In Strathclyde?
trapping the energy in diffuse daylight as it hits the walls. And aerogel, this is aerogel here, is a form of glass with a similar structure at a microscopic level. It can do the same job, but it'll be thinner and transparent. And if these two things become widely used by 2020, the coatings could one day reduce heating bills almost to zero and help to cut down our use of fossil fuels.
Heating's definitely not gone down to zero, has it? People still use the heating.
The other key is for the home to use more energy more intelligently. The heating system could learn your daily routine and only heat the rooms that you'll be using. The living room would be at just the right temperature as you come downstairs.
The people who are already planning the home we'll be living in 30 years
That's basically climate control, isn't it?
assure us that we can take as much or as little of this technology as we like. The crucial point is that there'll be no single home of the future, there'll be millions of different ones. We choose the type of home we want to live in, the technology takes a back seat. BBC One, please.
I mean, they're kind of right with the on-demand video and music and stuff with voice commands. That's pretty spot on. What else was there? Oh, the 1970s sat-nav. This is kind of funny. 1970s sat-nav.
Lost, driving in a strange town.
Oh, did you watch these first time round? This is watch. So you're reminiscing over this type of stuff.
With an address, but no map. Sooner or later, it's a pedestrian who helps out.
Straight round the corner and up the road on the other side of this one.
But pedestrians naturally think in terms of walking. All too often, the driver meets a wall of signs forcing him to go in quite the wrong direction. So, ask again.
I've heard of it, but I couldn't tell you how to get there.
"50 yards, turn right at T-junction. 175 yards, turn left at Crossroads. 200 yards, straight on at traffic lights."
Now that's what I call a really good navigator. A clear, precise instruction, given in plenty of time for me to position myself in the road so that I can negotiate the hazard or the change of direction with the utmost convenience. Yet here I am, completely alone in the car, and at the same time in the very best of hands.
I've noticed as well, like when I watched this the other day, the indicator stock's broken.
My navigator is this pre-recorded cassette of tape. On it are all the instructions I need to find my way around this route, and if I ever use a different route, I simply use a different cassette. Most of the time, the playing unit is switched off. It's only switched on to relay the instructions to me, and those times are dictated by this control unit, which is mounted underneath the dashboard. On the end of each instruction is recorded a bleep, and it's the precise length of this bleep which tells the control unit how far the car has to travel before the next instructions are due. The cassette player is connected to the control unit here. Here, the control unit is connected to the car mileometer, and as my road wheels rotate, taking me forward, this wheel on the control unit rotates. Now, its revs are counted, and when that count corresponds with the information stored here from the bleep at the end of the last instruction, the next instruction is given. Now, this unit will work with any make of car. All it needs to know to make sure it keeps me on the right road is the size of tyre that I'm using, and I can give it that information by clipping in the appropriate circuit board.
It's like a sticker RAM.
Right, let's put the unit back together and give it another spin.
200 yards, keep left at fork.
The system effectively is a route map. It takes the driver from point A to point B. This prototype program has been set up over 20 miles in the Chatham area of Kent, covering roads through town and country. And the designers have tried it out using a number of different drivers, and they've discovered that despite differences in technique, speed, tyre pressures and the like, their program over that 20 miles is accurate to within 30 yards.
250 yards, turn left at crossroads.
Yeah, it said it was accurate to within 30 yards.
Applications for a system like this that spring to mind: self-drive hire cars from London Airport to the big hotels in the city centre. Routes could be programmed for these in all the languages of the world. Bus drivers could be trained on new routes with the utmost convenience. The designers have even had some inquiries from a firm that specialises in chauffeur-driven hire cars taking American tourists around the stately home circuit. It seems that the demand for chauffeurs far outstrips the supply, and the last thing a wealthy American wants when he's spending hundreds of dollars on his car is for the driver to get lost.
Turn right immediately before zebra crossing.
It does highlight one very significant fatal flaw though with this system, which we'll see.
To Maidstone Road.
There is one drawback in all this, though. If for some reason or another the road system has been altered, there are roadworks or some diversion in force which isn't programmed on the tape, well then this whole business just becomes one glorious guided mystery tour.
350 yards, turn right at T-junction. Turn left at crossroads. Turn right immediately before zebra crossing.
What else is there? Tomorrow's World review of the 70s. Does anyone have a suggestion of what old early CGI? Tomorrow's World CGI. I mean, I guess it is early CGI. But it's more just manipulating a TV signal from 1982.
MailChimp has helped businesses like big...
What next? Tomorrow's World. What else was on Tomorrow's World? Mobile phones. The first video phone call.
Hello, Laura.
Hello, darling.
I shall be home
That's obviously, fake, but...
in 10 minutes. Is dinner nearly ready?
Not nearly, but in 10 minutes.
Is that meant to be a video? Like a prediction of the future?
It will be.
Well, the reality, of course, is that the progress towards a true video
It's clearly just a woman standing in a window, looking at him.
phone has been painfully slow. We've reported on them more than once. But here's a system that finally seems to be getting quite a lot closer. The problems for the engineers have been enormous. When you consider that to get this picture to you, we're creating over 3 million bits of information and sending them 25 times per second. And that makes over 80 million bits per second. And the poor old...
80 million bits a second? $80 million bits in kilobytes. 10,000. I mean, that's like 10 megabytes, 10 megabits. $80 megabits. 0.8 of a megabyte.
Old telephone line can only carry a mere 64,000 a second. So to send this picture, I'd need well over 1,000 separate lines.
Oof.
To use fewer lines, you'd need to cut down drastically on the volume of information you send. And this system achieves that, first of all, by sending only 7 pictures per second, and then only sending the information when the picture changes. Now then, I'll show you how that works. This is the camera that's looking at me, and if you imagine that the picture's divided up into blocks like that, and inside each block there are 64 tiny picture elements. And what happens here is that the details in each block are only sent when the picture changes. Now then, if I move and come to rest, you should hopefully see those blocks appearing on the screen. And if I'm perfectly still, and now the only thing that's moving is my mouth, so the only information that needs to be sent is from the blocks surrounding my mouth. If I change the picture, then it only takes a couple of seconds for the whole thing to be rebuilt. Well, this system so much reduces the information sent each second that a quite acceptable picture can be squeezed down just one telephone line. But before you get too excited, although the wires exist, the digital equipment needed in the telephone exchanges for a dial-up network won't be available for 3 or 4 years.
Oh,
but
man.
now, I'm going to route the very first video phone call in the country through to Portsmouth, where Maggie's waiting.
Hello there, Howard.
Look at the size of the Look at the size of the camera. That's humongous.
Have your shirt?
Oh, thank you. I like yours too. What are you doing in Portsmouth?
Now then, if you had bothered to read next week's copy of the Radio Times, you would know that I'm in St Mary's Hospital, one of the hospitals that we're going to be covering for Hospital Watch next week.
Are you the one in the middle on this photograph?
No, seriously, Howard, I watched my first birth this afternoon.
Oh, really?
It was absolutely fantastic, a really emotional occasion. Wonderful.
Sounds fantastic. Nice to see you, Maggie, and to talk to you.
Right. Well, I hope to see you next week then.
All right, see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Well, now we're off outside to see how preparations are going for the BBC's newest stuntman.
What? You want to see the mobile phone?
Well, one of the things that we actually enjoy best of all on Blue Peter is being able to show
Oh, it's Blue Peter.
brand new inventions. Earlier today, we recorded an experiment here in the studio that should be of interest to anyone who ever has to use the telephone. We started off with 2 telephones, and this one was perfectly normal.
It's the sort of phone you've probably got at home. It's got a handset, a curly bit of wire that goes down to here, and then a cable that goes all the way to the telephone exchange.
Well, I've got the other telephone here, and it looks more like a shoulder bag, really, than a proper telephone. It's got its own portable handset here, which has its own dial built into it. And the thing that makes it so unusual is if I get up and walk around, you'll see that there are absolutely no trailing cables of any kind. It's not connected to anything at all, because it's got its own built-in transmitter and receiver. Well, there's nothing really extraordinary, I suppose, in having a sort of walkie-talkie radio, but this is the first one that you can actually use with an ordinary telephone. And the other good thing about it is that when you use it, you don't have to dial through the operator, as you would with an ordinary mobile car phone.
Well, we're going to give you a demonstration of how this new invention works. Now, on my phone here, I'm extension 84.
You are indeed, and I'm extension 85. Remember it, John?
Yes, in my memory bank.
You're 84, OK?
I'll tell you what, Petra and I will stay here in a nice warm studio. You can take Shep for a while.
I knew you were going to say that. Well, I will. Come on, Sheppy, you come with me, because I'm going to go right out of the studio, out to the Blue Peter garden. Now, this portable telephone is the invention of an American scientist, Mr. Lou Schnurr, and he's a teacher at the Chelmer Institute in Chelmsford, Essex. And he said he doesn't see any reason why in the future it wouldn't be possible for just about everybody to be walking around carrying one of these, their own portable communication set. Anyway,
I mean, we will be carrying them, but not quite like this.
I was out of doors, it was pouring down with rain, so I'm taking no chances today. Get my coat on, and off I go. I'll get the hood out just in case as well. We're in Studio 8 at the television centre today. I'm just walking through the huge scene dock doors. This is where we get things like stuffed elephants and double-decker buses into the studio. Outside here, there's a ring road. This is used for moving scenery around. And if you watch Top of the Pops, you probably recognise that bit of scenery there. Anyway, I'm going out through the doors now. And once outside here, on my right over there is the BBC canteen block. And if you've watched Blue Peter regularly, then you'll know that our garden is very close, in fact, right next door to the canteen block. In fact, it's over the road here. As you can see, it's pretty horrible out here. Really wet and nasty. I feel the right twerp in this hood, but I'd rather wear it than get soaked to the skin. Whoops, it's slippery as well. Hi, Sheppy, you like it, don't you? And down at the end there is our actual Blue Peter garden. Now, I'm not going to do some gardening this minute. I'm out here to test this. So the first thing I've got to do, make sure it's switched on, which it is. Put up my aerial.
The aerial.
Now, two things I must do. First of all, by the magic of television, you'll be able to see Johnny waiting for my call at the same time as I'm speaking to you. So first of all, to make sure I've got a line, dial 0. That's the same as picking up a handset. That's it, I've got the line. Now, his number, 84. And it's ringing in the studio.
Hello, John Noakes here.
Hello, John. Fancy seeing you. Or rather hearing you. I can't see you at all, actually.
What's it like out there?
It's soaking wet as well, you know, but it's lovely in the studio, isn't it?
Oh, it's lovely and dry.
I'm going to send Shep back in to jump all over you. He's getting soaked rushing around out here at the moment. Anyway, we've shown that it works this way, me dialing you. So don't put the phone down for a minute, because I've got to cancel the circuits first. So I'm going to press the button now, and you'll hear the dots, the little clicking sound. That's it, it's gone now, so the circuit's now clear for Johnny to try to ring me.
Well, the clicking sounds have stopped, so if I put it back down, pick it up, his number was 85, yeah. All right, should be ringing.
There we go. Every time a winner. Hello, Johnny.
Yeah, me.
Wonderful. It worked.
Hey,
Look, I'm getting soaked out here, so do you mind if we don't have a long conversation?
Oh, all right, if you insist.
Smashing. I'm going to cancel the circuits again. Don't put it down too soon, otherwise you upset everything.
Okay.
It's a bit of a...
That's it. Cancelled again. So, that's it. I think we've proved that Mr. Schneer's invention actually works. But I dare say you're a little confused about how it works when there aren't any cables and all the rest of it. Well, the answer is it does have to have a separate transmitter somewhere. Well, the one that we're using is way up there with Leslie on the television centre roof.
It's approximately 30 metres above ground level, and as you can see from here, I've got a very good view of peat and a rather soggy, damp-looking Blue Peter garden. The aerial and the transmitter, which have been relaying the conversations to and from Peter's roving phone, are ordinary pieces of radio equipment. The interesting piece is fitted in underneath the transmitter behind this plate here. There's lots of special circuits, and it's these circuits which have been dealing not only with the simple conversational side of the exercise, but also with the actual dialing mechanism part, and that is the tricky bit. Well, if you use your mobile phone anywhere within a 7-mile radius of this equipment, you should actually be able to speak to a friend from all sorts of places. Up a mountain,
So it's a
in a
mobile
boat,
phone,
in the middle of a lake.
but you've got to be 7 miles within range of this. That's kind of ruined the illusion a wee bit.
Or in the middle of a field. And I do think that this development is going to be a great boon to people who are very busy, but who need to communicate with people who are at a bit of a distance and who haven't got a proper telephone handy. People like businessmen and particularly farmers and doctors. Very good development indeed. Well, from here on the BBC...
I'm going to guess that's like 7 miles with a clean line of sight as well, really. I can't imagine it working very well in a city.
television centre roof, it's back to down there in the Blue Peter garden with Pete.
Well, whilst we'd got our cameras out of doors today, it did seem the perfect opportunity to do a bit of gardening. I was actually going down there to do some digging and composting over in the plot. But I mean, it's ridiculous. It's like a major disaster area down here at the moment. It's very muddy. Pointless.
Oh yeah, total major disaster area. Major disaster area. This lovely lush green grass garden.
anything, so we'll have to leave that till another day. Something I will point out, though, just whilst I'm out here, is the grass. As if you remember, when we were out here during the summer, it was really very parched and brown. Well, now it's lush and green, so the rain's doing us a lot of good. On myself...
But you then just called it a disaster area.
I don't actually like it. The cameraman's nodding in agreement too, so from a very wet outside, back to a nice warm indoor studio.
Well, there we go. What else have we got? Blue Peter time capsule. Oh, I saw this earlier. I wanted to watch this. The making of Grand Theft Auto 6. It's Grand Theft Auto 6, Grand Theft Auto from 1996. From BBC Archive. This will be when it was it DMA before they were Rockstar North? DMA design or something.
Adrian, this may not look like the offices of a major computer company. It doesn't really look like anybody's offices, does it? But it is, in fact, the
This is where GTA all began.
relaxation area of a very relaxed company, and they are in their lunch hour, so they're allowed a bit of spare time. This is DMA Design in Dundee. They make computer games. They were only started in 1987 by somebody made redundant from Timex up the road, and they've grown very rapidly in the last couple of years on the back of the success of a game called Lemmings. They're now working hard on a whole lot of other games.
Right.
They've got over...
They made Lemmings. People who made GTA started with Lemmings.
100 people here. They're talking of opening it up in America. Let's have a look at what goes on behind these screens. Now, all the people in here are working on what DMA hopes will be its new blockbuster. It's a game called Grand Theft Auto. It's got to be finished by the end of June, so they're involved in some pretty hard work in here.
What an underestimate. Like...
It's all about a car chase through the streets of a fictional, probably American city. Here are some of the maps they've been working on. And Dave here is one of the...
Look how many right angles there are in that map.
Probably American city. Here are some of the...
There's like no curved roads whatsoever. It's like so like boxy. Lemmings. Lemmings.
The maps they've been working on, and Dave here is one of the software designers who's been trying to put it together. Dave, just explain the point of the game.
Well, it's a mission-based driving game where you're basically driving around the city, stealing cars, running over pedestrians.
Pretty tame stuff then.
Well, yeah, staying away from emergency services, police, and that sort of thing. Driving in traffic.
You've just got out of the car.
Indeed. Well, we can go and we can take any car we want.
Right, you've just stolen a car, fine. What's your job then? What are you doing here?
Well, I've been doing the...
What a great demonstration of GTA. It's basically what GTA is, isn't it?
Basic car movement and also the dummy pedestrians and the object reactions. And basically it's just getting the cars to look good and run fast. And having the people wandering about and making them look like a real crowd in the city streets.
You're coming up against a deadline now. What's the working pattern here like?
Well, when we need to, we work late. Very late sometimes. We've had a couple of all-nighters to hit the other deadlines that we've had during the game.
Well, we'll let you get on with it, and we'll go on and see what else they're doing elsewhere in the plant. Now, this is DMA's music department. As you can see, they do use real instruments here. Let's find out what they've been doing for the Grand Theft Auto project.
This will be the radio stations.
What have you been contributing?
I'm working on a radio station at the moment, the hip-hop station. There's a variety of different stations in each car that you go into.
Every time you get into a car, you get different music?
Yeah, different station. So this is a hip-hop channel that we're in the middle of doing just now.
So you've not just taken it all off a CD, you've actually composed it?
No, everything's composed in-house, yeah.
Amazing amounts of work. We'll let you get on with it.
Right, okay.
You might think Darren here has gone completely mad, but what he's actually doing is executing punches in the motion capture department. Those punches that he's doing, they're actually being picked up on a computer here, will be used to animate models in another game. And let's come around here. This is the Bangs and Crashes department, sound effects. What are you going to give us?
Well, we've got a car approaching, skidding around the corner, and then finally crashing.
Right, let's hear it. Here he goes. Comes around the corner. Sound sounds a pretty serious crash. Oh, there it goes again. It's getting worse.
Whoa!
Now, this is what sounds like a real dream job. This is the testing department, and Gordon and Fiona here just get to play Grand Theft Auto all day. Gordon, is there anything more to it than just being a games player?
It's not strictly true to say that we just play all day. What we must do is convene with the programmers at nearly every stage to tell them what is fun. A programmer has an idea of what a game should do, but a programmer's ideas aren't always fun.
Now, Fiona, the only woman in a room full of boys,
Yeah.
how do you cope with it?
Well, I'm used to it. I went to college for about 2 years and I was the only female there, so you just really get used to it.
And how did you get this job?
Well, like I said, I went to college and saw the job advertised one day in the paper and applied, and
you've always played
that was
computer
it.
games?
From a very early age, yep. So,
OK, well, we'll let you get on with it.
thank you.
Smashing. Now, joining me here is Gary Timmons, who's been here almost since the start back in 1989. A lot of bangs and crashes and excitement in that game. Is that what people really want, all that violence?
We find that some people like that sort of game, different sort of people like
Definitely.
different types of things, puzzle games, action-adventure games. We're finding that network games are quite popular these days.
Now, tell us a bit about the people working here. Where do they come from? What sort of people are they? Are they what the ruder people in my office would call nerds?
Well, we'll find that here we'll have people from a wide variety of backgrounds, people from art college, programming degrees. We'll have also some people straight from school who have joined the playtest department, that sort of thing, a wide variety.
So the average age is 25, not a very formal company, it would be
Wow,
fair to say.
that's young.
That's correct. We find that we try to keep an informal structure here, not much for hierarchy.
What are these people doing now? They all look like they're very busy at work, but it's actually it's the lunch hour now, isn't it? What are they up to?
Some of them might be working hard because of deadlines that are coming up, but we find that a lot of people here actually have an interest in games, so they'll be playing probably the network games at the moment.
So all those people sat there were playing games, and they get paid for that?
Not at lunchtime, because that's what they do at lunchtime, but during the day it's paid for developing games and playing games.
Now, what happens next for this company? How important is Grand Theft Auto for the future of the company?
Grand Theft Auto is one of the first games that will be released with the BMG publisher, and we're hoping to develop future products and hopefully games that people find interesting and enjoyable, innovative products that nobody's ever seen before.
You're just as good as your late last idea, really, though, aren't you?
Well, that's what they say, but DMA are hoping to keep on going on the success that they're enjoying at the moment.
Well, Gary, we'll let you get back to your computer and play a few games. I'm going off to play a few now, Adrian, and I'll see you soon.
How about that? It turned out well for them, didn't it? What is this? I'm kind of curious. What's the review of the 70s?
All the power of Dettol, now in a biodegradable wipe.
With the biggest choice of cars for home delivery, we'll help you find your match. Auto Trader, Britain's biggest matchmaker.
Good evening. Tonight we celebrate our last Tomorrow's World of a
Tomorrow's World 21st anniversary. All right.
decade which has been both exciting and perhaps a little frustrating.
Let's see what happened in the
Finding out how
70s.
some of the projects we've covered in the 70s are shaping up as we move into the 80s. And we start our programme for the last time with our familiar but still mystifying collection of titles and the now vintage theme music of John Dankworth.
Crikey.
We've really enjoyed them. As we prepare for a new decade in 4 days' time, you can't have failed to notice the predictions flying around about life in the 80s. But the prophets should prophesy with care. We've made a few mistakes in our time, like this one in the early 70s.
Oh.
A report on plans for the Channel Tunnel by William Woolard.
Oh.
Excuse me, sir, are you taking dinner?
I think I'll wait until I get to Paris, actually. It's only about an hour and a half, isn't it?
When the Channel Tunnel opened. Oh, right.
At this very moment, they're taking decisions not on whether the tunnel should be built, but on who should pay for it and how it should be
Oh,
run.
wait, that didn't open till the 90s.
In 6 years, you and I will actually be driving through it.
Opened in 1989 or 1990?
They'll be building
1990?
a vast new railway terminal. Something like this, called perhaps London Central, with 8 platforms and customs facilities and all the rest, to get with 50,000 passengers a day. By 1980, they'll have half-mile long trains leaving London Central every hour on the hour and thundering through the tunnel at up to 200 miles an hour, cutting down the travelling time to Brussels and Paris, for example, to about 2.5 hours. Over the next 4 or 5 years, these empty fields will be transformed into a giant railway roundabout capable of taking 3,000 cars an hour and their families through the tunnel and onto the roads of France. 270 cars to each train, and a train leaving every 5 minutes. That's the equivalent of building the M1 across the channel. A large area of Western and Central Europe will
That's
come
funny,
within a
right? So
comfortable
even
day's
back then they were talking about it. I'm sure this didn't happen till 1990. Let me check. Channel Tunnel. 1994.
driving of London, and that mighty ditch, the Channel, will have been reduced to an average day's journey to work. And when the holiday is over, no worry about waiting for a ferry or the children being sick on the Channel crossing.
Hiya, Steve.
Could be in England
How you
within
doing?
an hour of reaching the...
Are you down in London just now, Steve? I've been through the Channel Tunnel. I got the train on it. Took the car through it.
the French coast.
Ironically, the way people are talking about that project today, we could go out and make exactly the same film all over again.
But here's something we did get right, and it's a story we're happy to tell once again. Happy Christmas, Toby.
You got a hangover? Oh, man. I saw your pictures on Twitter, man. Having a wild night in London. You could, I wonder if you could be up with Toasty. She's down there just now, isn't she?
You may remember Toby Churchill.
No, I
His
didn't
first
know my breath.
appearance on this programme was to
You do that for the Clyde Tunnel, don't you, though? Everyone holds their breath when you go through the Clyde Tunnel.
demonstrate his own invention, which he called a light writer. Toby, a one-time engineering student at Bath University, lost his power of speech after picking up a mystery illness in France. But thanks to this machine, Toby and others like him who could hear but not speak could communicate again. Well, basically, it's a typewriter linked to a much smaller version of those public news displays you see in the centres of large cities. And today, Toby, who's a director of the successful company that markets this machine, has refined it. It's lighter, it has touch-sensitive keys, and even an adjustable display unit, so you can point it.
Oh, is that why you've got the hangover? Oh, that's good. That's good that you got to meet up with him. That'll be why you've got the hangover. Oh, that seems like a good time.
At whoever's talking to you. And there's a word from our sponsor, and a happy Christmas to everybody. But Toby suffered a double blow with that illness that he caught.
Steve, I need to book a hotel for Amsterdam and flights. I've not done that yet. The hotel that I'm looking at, I can't find one that's a reasonable price that's closer than about a mile to the venue. Maybe just under a mile.
Not only could he not speak, he became paralysed from the waist down. The only limb he could move was his left arm. But in the baffling way that so many handicapped people refuse to let such disabilities cripple their independence, Toby adapted a Leyland Mini so that despite his problems, he could actually drive it.
Whoa.
Back in 1975, Raymond Baxter explained how it worked.
20 minutes is alright, yeah. Yeah. And it'll be flat, wouldn't it? So.
This car has only two conventional controls, the handbrake and the gear selector of the automatic transmission. Everything else has been incorporated in this single joystick type control column for the driver's left hand.
Oh wow. Oh, it's like a
handbrake off and
motorcycle.
The steering, which is power steering off a high-performance saloon, is operated by rotating this control column. That's full left lock. That's full right lock.
And he's even adapted those controls. Now he's put them in an Austin Princess Export model, so the ordinary steering wheel can stay on the left-hand side. And that means if something goes wrong or
I think I'm gonna book the accommodation I'm looking at. It's like it's north of the venue, so it's quite close to the city or the centre of Amsterdam, which is good. You know what I mean? It's not like the opposite way, south. So aye, that's on my to-do list. I'll probably do that over the weekend, and I might as well just book the flights now and get it all booked, and then just forget about it. That's it, done.
Toby gets tired, anyone else can drive the car too. All right, Toby? And I've no doubt Toby Churchill will be back with us in the 80s.
Who could have foreseen in 1970 that the all-male reporting team of Tomorrow's World was to receive during the decade an almost overwhelming invasion of females? But then we fellas didn't let the girls in without insisting that they earned their spurs first.
Diesel.
How did I do? It's interesting, isn't it, that most successful of all selling ingredients, sex, is being left out of petrol right now.
It's a trout, a rubber one. And there it is.
It's rather like riding a bicycle. The flippers at the back go up and down, which pushes you forward.
What the hell?
With practice, you can really go quite fast.
Oh yeah.
That wasn't too frightening.
Look down for your footholes first.
Yeah, there.
That's it.
Oh, I've got the shakes.
Despite Tomorrow's World's obvious obsession with putting women through their paces in the 70s, we did manage to spend just a little programme time investigating...
Aye, a lot cheaper than the train to Manchester, you're right, man. I was going to get the train to Manchester originally, and honestly, it was like... I can't even remember now, but it was like extortionate.
Two of the most...
You know what I looked at? The flights to Amsterdam, I think they're about... How much are they? I think they're about 120 each way-ish, I want to guess. 120 each way. I was like, wonder if I could get a ferry. I looked up how much it costs to get a ferry to Amsterdam. It's expensive as fuck.
vital projects of the decade.
I was expecting it to be like a wee... I was expecting it to be like pretty cheap. I'm like, the ferry to Millport's super cheap. But no, it's expensive as fuck.
Nuclear energy and supersonic flight. Projects which it was important to get right.
Oh,
One of the most controversial programmes we made started with Raymond Baxter's away day to Casablanca, 1 week before Concorde was due to be launched into regular service.
Here at Casablanca, we are 1,550 miles from London, a mere 1 hour and 40 minutes by Concorde. Just another example of the way in which the world will shrink for a new generation of airline passengers.
Concorde didn't last long.
When Concorde
Well, it lasted
goes into regular service next week.
I think, was it 2003 Concorde did its final flight? I think it was about 2003. Too expensive to run, basically. Too expensive.
Probably the only unusual experience felt by the Concorde passenger on his first flight is the enormous accelerations. When the two-stage
That would be amazing to fly on a Concorde.
reheat comes in when one leaves the realms of conventional flight. It's exactly like putting one's foot down in a highly tuned sports car. And that, remember, when we are accelerating beyond the top speed of, say, a 747 Jumbo or a TriStar.
Well, that's pretty cheap.
The outside air temperature is minus 61 degrees.
That's good.
But the temperature of the skin of the aeroplane, warmed by this colossal friction from the rush of air, is 108 degrees. Indeed,
wow.
this window is quite warm to the touch. The fuselage is designed to take up the expansion caused thereby. In fact, at these temperatures, the whole aeroplane grows by about 1 foot. And under the cabin floor here, at about 3-foot intervals, expansion panels are built in exactly as they are on any big bridge and precisely for the same purpose.
Wow.
And that's just a glimpse of the sort of technical problems which you come up against if you start to design an aircraft as new and different as Concorde.
Concorde, the technological masterpiece of the 70s. But as we also reported in that same programme, Concorde's commercial success...
Now, this is the same era where it was like the car of the future. And it showed you that car that we saw. That car that we saw didn't look like the car of the future. This is like the plane of the future, and I would agree, this does look like the plane of the future.
Success was by no means guaranteed. Its problems are its range and its passenger capacity. There are very few occasions on which all of its 100 seats can be filled. The more fuel Concorde has to carry, the fewer passengers she can take. Even going to New York, the destination Concorde was originally designed for, British Airways carry on average 71 going out and 65 coming back. Paying passengers are turned away because the aircraft can't fly with a full load. One of the great sadnesses of the decade must be that financing and operating Concorde has cost our national airline £27 million in 3 years, on top of the £1,137 million it cost us to develop Concorde in the first place.
Another design.
Well, even back then, they knew it was a failure. They knew it was doomed. This is right at the end of the 70s. And they kept it going for another, 25 years.
Disaster has been the £4 billion it's cost Britain to develop our own form of nuclear power reactors. The advanced gas-cooled reactors were due to go into service in 1971, but 4 years later, in 1975, Dungeness was still far from ready.
Ordered at a cost of £18
Look at the resolution, man. The guy's face is like 1 pixel.
It might just start producing electricity in 1977. And really, nobody has a clue how much it's going to cost us. The boiler, designed to fit inside that concrete shell, didn't fit. The CEGB say it was hopelessly distorted during manufacture. Another version of the story is that the contractors were just not used to working to the ultra-fine tolerances that the nuclear industry demanded. Whatever the cause, the result was the consortium went into liquidation and the boiler had to be built by somebody else. Perhaps the most surprising fault of all, the specification called for mild steel brackets which would come into contact with the carbon dioxide, the coolant gas. The result? Corroded brackets which had to be rebuilt in a special stainless material. It's been put to me that in terms of capital tied up and revenue lost, this power station is costing us in the region of £50,000 every day.
Oof.
It's certain that the whole story of what's gone wrong here will never be told.
And Dungeness B is still not working. The government's so appalled by both delays in construction and the ever-increasing costs that they're even considering scrapping our future AGR programme and buying American reactors instead, the type used at Harrisburg. Our Concorde and nuclear reports both reflected a growing frustration during the 70s about the way Britain was allocating its money and its scientific talent, and the returns on that investment. Look at what we spent in 1975 on research and development into aerospace, 290 million, and nuclear, 142 million. Compare that to research and development spent on other key manufacturing industries in the same year. Mechanical engineering was 103 million, textiles only 26
Good drinks and
million.
tobacco.
But the wealth created by them was over 40,000 million pounds, compared to only 1,000 million from aerospace, and very little from nuclear projects like the AGRs. The result of putting so much effort into just two areas is a decline in our manufacturing industries compared to other countries. In Japan, for example, the annual growth rate has been 3 times as great as ours. And ironically, the two industries in which Japan has virtually no research and development involvement at all are
Let's see what else happened. I want to know what else happened in the 70s.
Another growing concern has been our dwindling energy resources, and particularly oil, not only to keep industry going, but transport too. And if ingenuity was all it took to get from A to B, we'd be the richest nation on earth.
Oh. That. What is this? Oh, is that a flying car? Oh my god. There it goes. What a weird sequence.
Sadly, none of these ingenious ideas could provide a realistic solution to our travel problems. At the end of the decade, we're still sitting in our conventional cars, in our conventional petrol-burning traffic jams. But for the 1980s, there is new hope. Within the next 6 months, Britain's latest public transport project, the delayed Metro, will open on Tyneside.
I well remember standing right here 5 years ago, long before any of this ventilation shaft was here, to witness the optimistic ceremonial start of the project performed by the County Council Chairman, Roland Scott Beatty.
Oh.
It gives me great pleasure and even more satisfaction to attempt to cut the first sod with that machine.
As the first sod was successfully cut, the price of the project stood at £114 million, and the first stage was due to open in 1977.
That's an enthusiastic clap.
16 months later, when it was clear that date wasn't going to be met and the price had gone up to £170 million, the first of the new super trams had arrived at the Metro Test Centre.
That's a super tram.
These twin lightweight cars are designed to carry 300 people in rush hour conditions at 50 miles an hour. And though the doors are amply wide enough to allow prams and pushchairs to get inside, there are no luggage racks and there's no guards van, because these are units designed to carry a lot of people over short distances. Many people believe that here on Tyneside is a pattern for public transportation which could be successfully copied elsewhere.
Today, the tune is a slightly different one. The main problems behind the 3-year delay have arisen because a large proportion of the 34-mile system runs over an existing working railway. The new sections of Metro are being built by outside contractors working to agreements which stipulate time and price for each job. But the rest of the track work, the old route, still owned by British Rail, has to be converted to Metro by BR's own engineering teams, who are not bound by any contracts. Up to now, Metro has had no direct control over how long it takes or how much it costs to carry out this large part of the project. But British Rail has nationally agreed working practices with the rail unions. It cannot afford to make a special case for little old Metro. Most unions have viewed Metro with deep suspicion.
I thought this was going to be more about all the technology that happened in the 70s.
Both jobs are threatened by the new system.
I'll give it one more chance. Let's see what the next topic is.
To agree on the compromised job share-out. And there have been some technical surprises too. The team has had to take down and rebuild the famous portico of Newcastle's Central Station because the new tunnels underneath were making it collapse. They would like to have taken down Earl Grey's statue in the city centre. Permission for that was refused, and the engineers have had to cope with both his lordship and some particularly bad ground where the major new underground interchange will be sited. In 1976, Britain was making savings and the whole project looked ripe for the chop. After a delay of 12 months, Metro survived, and the government agreed, subject to a price ceiling, to pay 2/3 of the final cost. However, at today's price of £230 million, that ceiling has been broken, and Metro must now use all its ingenuity to raise more than £30 million locally, whilst persuading some very sceptical ratepayers that the extra bill won't simply be dumped on them. Despite all, Metro goes ahead, presenting the Tyneside landscape with new architectural and engineering monuments. There's never likely to be another Metro quite like this one. British Rail isn't going to allow any other local undertaking to present them with the problems that the Metro has created here on Tyneside. If there is to be something else like this built in Britain, British Rail will want to do it themselves. But perhaps the overriding lesson to be learned from this project is that the Tynesiders are getting their Metro at an exceedingly good price. More than 10 years ago, the city fathers in San Francisco built the Bay Area rapid transit system, and it cost them £10.5 million a mile. The new rapid transit going in Washington, D.C. will cost an estimated £33 million a mile. This Geordie version of the same thing at £7 million a mile looks exceedingly good value.
It's not long to that landmark year, 1984.
Dun, dun, dun.
But did George Orwell get his predictions right?
Oh, here we go.
Fortunately, only in one area. Telecommunications have intruded into our lives, but not for political purposes like Orwell's telescreen. And ironically, the ingredients
George Orwell predicted teletext.
aren't futuristic technological wonders. They're basically just our old friends. The telephone and the television linking with a computer database. Although this rather futuristic TV isn't typical at the moment.
I mean, that is a pretty big telly, isn't it, for the late 70s?
Estelle, you may remember from our reports, was pioneered by the post office in the...
How big's that telly? Like, I don't know, 32-inch or something? 36-inch?
early 70s. And unlike supersonic speed and gas-cooled reactors, this is a breakthrough that will affect all our everyday lives. You can already use it to do your shopping.
Ooh.
Now, a list of wines to stock up again after Christmas. Now, I don't fancy the first type. I'd like some Chateau Talbot.
Whoa, is that bottle of wine 250 quid? 1959. 250 quid.
So, let me see. I'll have 2 cases of that.
What? She got 2 cases?
Chateau Talbot. So...
She got 2 cases of... She got 2 bottles of... She spent 500 quid on wine.
Let me see. I'll have 2 cases of that. Now, I can put in a credit card to pay for it, and the orders are on the way. This is the more normal sizes.
Where does that go off to? Who, the order's on its way. Who does it?
Set. And at the moment, it's
Where did
telling
she
me where
buy
to
it
take
from?
my children this holiday.
Oh. What's this?
Are on the way. This is the more normal size of set. And at the moment, it's telling me where to take my children this holiday.
It's telling you. No, you can take your kids wherever you want to go. Don't go wherever the telly tells you to go.
And at the moment, it's telling me where to take my children this holiday. That looks like
It's not telling you to do anything.
games that you can play with children. Yes, that's right. And we'll have some sport. Just 3 of 100,000 different pages of information. Now, it may look just like
Jeff Bezos took it.
any other computer showing its paces, but it is quite different, because up till now, computers have traditionally been remote, expensive
Yeah, I mean, that's like Amazon. That's like Amazon Prime before Amazon Prime.
machines aimed at the specialist, and they only affect us when they send bills or lose our road fund tax. But the revolutionary thing about Prestel is that in your home or your office, computers join the mass communication market for the first time. Sitting at home, you can send information like this to head office, and you can keep a copy of it. There it is, for your own files. And Prestel's selling well abroad, although it's being fiercely chased by foreign competitors who are trying very hard to catch up. For example, at the International Exhibition in Paris this year, our Prestel stand was attracting a lot of well-deserved attention. Then, mysteriously, the lights went out, but just on Prestel. Our phone lines went down for 3 days, which couldn't have done much for sales orders. But other exhibitors, particularly the French Diderot, were spared the gremlins. So someone obviously thinks Prestel's important enough to be assassinated.
They got the
It
British
should
got
have a bright
sabotaged.
future once enough sets are available. If you're one of the 400 people who have sets at home, you're one of only 400 in the whole world. Prestel will only lead in this field if more sets become available, and then we've got to buy them.
I don't think
At the
it did
moment,
take
it
off, did
costs
it?
up to £1,000 to have one, or £25 a month to rent, with telephone costs on top. But if demand becomes great enough, we're promised these costs will fall dramatically. And as the service expands, it will get more sophisticated. And this is the very latest, most intelligent Prestel because it has its own microcomputer inside. I can use it to work out my mortgage, my payroll.
Ooh.
It can teach my children or me. At the moment, up on the screen here, it's asking me to spot the electrical circuit. And if the light goes on, I'm right. So let's try. I think actually it should be C. Let's try that one. No, incorrect. But I can keep on playing with this until I've learnt all about electrical circuits and get it quite right. If the fuel and job shortages that are going on at the moment reach crisis point, we will be confined to our homes in the future. And it's then that Prestel
They predicted COVID.
will be far more vital. By 1984, I'd gamble that although Big Brother won't be watching us, we'll be watching Big Busby.
Let's finish with 3 clear-cut success stories from our not-so-distant past. Well, this may look like an ordinary piece of corrugated iron, but it's not. It's called trapezoidal cladding, extra strong material for building. Now, the problem with this stuff is that it always comes in straight sheets, as you can see. And as a result, well, we've got the countryside littered with box-like buildings which are effective, but not very attractive. But 4 years ago, we reported on a new kind of metal press that can actually bend the corrugated iron without buckling it. And as a result, all kinds of interesting shapes have since been made. Like our studio set today, for instance. It makes the BBC look, well, almost palatial, don't you think? But now buildings using this curved corrugated iron are springing up all over
so
the
weird.
UK. The passenger shelters for the Tyne and Wear Metro. A new image for this workshop in Worcester. There's an ultra-modern looking sports centre at Mansfield, and even Heathrow Airport is getting a new look.
This uninspiring looking object is in fact an inspiring success story which emerged 2.5 years ago during the Tomorrow's World competition for new inventions. In the very best convenience food way, the contents of this foil bag
I was going to say, it looks
are
like
ready
food.
after only 40 seconds in boiling water. And that small bag replaces all of this. A tin of kaolin for making red-hot poultices, which has to be stirred for 15 minutes in that water and then
That looks-
spooned out.
what is that?
Get it out. Really sticky. onto a dressing. Now, that obviously takes a lot of time. But the new instant kaolin poultice has a special plastic, which you have to cut round the edge. I'll just finish this one off. And then that special plastic is designed to peel away from kaolin, which is notoriously sticky. Then it's ready for the patient, so I'll stick it on my arm to show you. And it's as simple as that, with this foil keeping it hot for about 15 minutes. It's been such a success in hospitals in Britain and abroad that the inventor expects to double the number of his staff soon. And one of the main reasons for the success is his new type of customer. Because the treatment's easier and quicker, it's perfect for all animals, particularly horses suffering from strains and gravies. Hello, Christine. Would you like to try it? I'm sure he'd rather you do it than me.
Uh-oh.
We're going to try it on Shannon and see if he likes the new instant poultice. Well, he obviously doesn't mind it going on at all. There it is. Then it's just a question of bandaging it up. And now for a very human story.
Okay. Oh, it's this mobile phones.
Hello? Is that Walter Buchanan?
The man on the other end of the phone had a severe stammer.
It's Michael Rodd, Mr. Buchanan. I understand. Can you simply listen? I'd very much like to bring our appointment forward half an hour, if that would be possible.
In January 1977, I was in Edinburgh to meet Walter Buchanan and to report on how he was coping with what was then a severe speech problem.
Will you tell me the names of these objects? See how you get on with that. Fair enough. I think that's given us enough anyway.
But at that time, Walter was one of the first people in the country to be trying a new solution for stammerers. It worked by playing an electronically generated note into his ear. And because he couldn't hear the words that he was saying, his stammering was greatly reduced. At that same session 2 years ago, Walter demonstrated the dramatic difference it made to his speech.
Now let's see what happens with Baa Black Sheep.
Baa Black Sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir, 3 bags full. 1 for the master, 1 for the dame, 1 for the little lad that lives down the lane.
Little laddie.
The following October, a Scottish firm went into full production with the unit. Control circuitry, microphone to pick up the voice, earpiece to relay the generated note to the stammerer. And now, the unit is available through your doctor on the National Health. It isn't a cure for stammerers, only an aid, but it's proved a great help to many, including Walter Buchanan, who we're happy to learn has virtually lost his stammer altogether. A fine note on which to wish you all success in the next decade, and to remind you that we'll be back next year with the first of our new look programs for the 80s. But if this is to be the age of the electronic silicon chip, let's not forget the wonderful pieces of mechanical engineering which have been the backbone of tomorrow's world through the 70s. From all of us, Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year. What the hell is that? Well, folks, I think I'll call it a night. I think I'm going to call it a night. But I enjoyed just sitting there watching YouTube for a wee bit. What was what? Is there anything here that's any last minute things? Tomorrow's World, 1999. Philippa Forster, she used to present Robot Wars. Remember Robot Wars? (1960s) children predict. I think I've seen this before, but it's pretty interesting. Children in the 1960s predict what is like living in the year 2000.
In the year 2000, I think I'll probably be in the spaceship to the moon dictating robots to robots, or else I may
very posh.
Be, I don't know, in charge of a robot court, judging some robots, or I may be at the funeral of a computer, or if something's gone wrong with their nuclear bombs, I may be sort of coming back from hunting in a cave.
I don't like the idea of sort of getting up and finding you've got a cabbage pill to eat for breakfast or something.
A cabbage pill?
Oh, I think all these atomic bombs will be dropping around the place. And one will get near the centre, because it will sort of make a huge, great big crater, and then the world will just melt, and the world will become one vast atomic explosion, and it will become like a supernova, stars.
Some madman will get the atomic bomb and just blow the world into oblivion.
Oh, I'll let you know, Vald.
There's nothing we can do to stop it.
Thanks for popping in.
The more people get bombs, the more somebody's going to use it one day.
Well, I think that it'll be so overpopulated that there'll be wars, all nuclear explosions and everything. It'll make the Earth, too much radiation on it.
Everyone thinks there's going to be a nuclear war.
It'll become too hot to live on. I think that there'll be no life at all, really, on the Earth. I don't think there is going to be atomic warfare.
You've woken up in the 60s, Haggis.
But I think that
Forget the 70s. This is the 60s, man.
there is going to be all this automation. People are going to be out of work and a great population. And I think something has to be done about it. If I wasn't a biologist, that's what I'd like to do something about the population problem. Try and sort of temper it somehow. I don't know how.
I think it'll be very dull, and people would all be squashed together so much there won't be any fun or anything. And people will be rationed to the amount of things they can have, because if they had too many things, it would just squash their houses, and there just wouldn't be room for them.
I think
it's kind of funny because it's like the opposite has happened. They're saying people will have too many things. Or she was saying people will have too many things and the houses won't have enough room to store it all. But in reality, the opposite has happened, hasn't it? Like in Tomorrow's World in 1980 when they predicted 2020, they were saying that you'd actually have less stuff and everything will be integrated into furniture. Which is kind of true. So that, in fact, I would say the opposite has happened.
it'll be people will be regarded more as statistics than as actual people.
I don't think it's going to be so nice. I think sort of all machines everywhere, everyone doing everything for you. You'll get all bored, and I don't think it'll be so nice.
I think it's going to be very boring.
Boring?
And everything will be the same. I mean, people will be the same, and things will be the same.
First of all, those computers are taking over now. Computers and automation. And in the year 2000, there just won't be enough jobs to go around, and the only jobs there will be for people with high HQ, high IQ, who can work computers and such things. And
I mean, that's pretty accurate. Maybe not in 2000, but like now, yeah, I would say so.
People are just not going to have jobs. There just aren't going to be jobs for them to have.
I expect they will set aside parts of the country solely for recreation and have large blocks of built-up areas. And I think these are going to be very ugly indeed, probably.
Well, I don't think I'll still be on Earth. I think I'll be under the sea. I think the population will have gone up so much that either everyone will be living in sort of big domes on the Sahara, or they'll be under the sea.
There'll be
so many people that they'll have to have an overflow into the sea. And so there'll be houses underneath the sea and houses above the sea.
They're not going to have many square houses, you know, more curves and artistic designs instead of just sort of boxes like they've got nowadays.
People wouldn't be able to live in ordinary houses because that would take up too much room. It'd have to be in flats, piled on top of one another, like that. And the houses would be rather small. And
I love you.
Everything would be cramped up, very cramped.
Animals as they have here, sheep and cows and livestock, but they'll be kept in batteries. They won't be allowed to graze on pastures. They'll be kept in buildings altogether.
These like the poshest kids ever, man.
All in one big building and artificially reared, so they'll yield a larger, be bigger and give more food.
All the Sputniks and everything that are going up sort of interferes with the weather, and I think the sea may rise and will sort of cover some of England, and there'll be just islands left.
Not really. That never happened. Well, not at all.
From like only the Highlands in Scotland.
No.
And some of the big hills in England and Wales.
So he predicts that the entirety of the UK will be submerged apart from mountains and such.
I don't think all England will be wiped out because some of it will be too high. I think the sea will rise to about 300 to 600 feet.
Might
Wow, 300 to 600 feet.
freeze because the sun, I think, will probably burn out. And there's an ice cap coming down from North Pole. I think it will cover the Earth. It might have another ice age.
He thinks the sun's going to burn out.
Might freeze.
The sea will all England will be wiped out because some of it will be too high. I think the sea will rise to about 300 to 600 feet.
Might freeze because the sun, I think, will probably burn out. And there's
The sun will burn out. That didn't happen.
an ice cap coming down from North Pole. I think it will cover the Earth. It might have another ice age.
And I don't think there's anything to be frightened of, and lots of people think it's going to explode, but I'm certain it won't.
I think it'll be much more efficient because there'll be more cures for the diseases and not so many people will get sick. And the black people, you know, won't be sort of separate. They'll be all mixed in with the white people. And, you know, the poor people and rich people will become the same. Well, they will
Well, that never really happened.
be poor and richer, but they won't sort of
If anything, that gap's got wider.
look down on each other.
No, that still happens.
I'm not looking forward to living in that year, about 50 years' time. I mean, the world seems to be in such a terrible state now, let alone in 50 years' time.
Interesting, eh? The future that never came true. Anyway. Right, folks. I think that's enough for one day. For one night. I think that's enough for one night. Let me see. Wonder if I can find who's this?
Não serão tolerados.
This person's got
Clandestino aí, vamos.
This person's got Scotland tag on, and they're definitely not Scottish. was trying to find somebody just chatting. Let's go read somebody. Alpaca Whacker. Let's read Alpaca Whacker. Bum bum bum. Well, folks, thanks for watching. Thanks for being in. Enjoyed watching some YouTube, to be honest. Relaxing and watching a bit of YouTube. I'll try to be back tomorrow. Let's see how I feel. I feel very tired recently. I'm feeling very, very tired recently. I don't know why. I don't know why I feel tired for so long. But we'll see. I'll try to be back tomorrow. I'll see how I feel. In the meantime, have a good rest of your night. I'll hopefully see you tomorrow. And until then, good night. See you later. Bye.